Welcome to Something About Her. Oh my gosh, you are Erica.
Yeah, how you doing?
Shouldn't you be off dancing somewhere?
Well, I'm actually just rehearsing for my upcoming tour, but I got hungry, so do you have any sandwiches?
Yeah, you're in luck. Today we have a few specials on the menu. Okay. We have the Cha-Cha Club, the Miserably meatball sub, the Ballroom BLT, and a Tango tuna melt. So, what would you like?
Wow, what a totally unplanned coincidence that all those sandwiches sound like dances. All the sandwich talkers make me think about Dancing with the Stars, and I think you'd be fantastic on the show. What are you doing this fall?
Nothing!
Nothing?
Yeah!
You want to do it?
Let's do it!
Let's do it! All right!
I'm in!
Well, listen, I'll take the Cha-Cha Club, and I'll see you this fall, okay? Meanwhile, while we're waiting for the Cha-Cha Club sandwich to come out, want to dance?
Yeah!
Let's do it! Come on in!
This is my complete update on the Tom Sandoval and Ariana Vanderpump Rules cheating scandal. All of us Vanderpump Rules fans, we are not okay. We are rocked to the core. This is the most shocking, crazy series of events, so I prepared a timeline and we'll also talk about the fallout and who spoke out from the cast. Okay, so let's begin. Last Wednesday, Scheana and Raquel went on Watch What Happens Live, and all seemed pretty much normal. There was a weird moment where they both said Sandoval was hotter than Schwartz, which was kind of weird because Raquel is all about Schwartz this season, but whatever, didn't think too much into it. Raquel gave Andy a Tom Tom sweatshirt. And on Wednesday night, Ariana was at a party for Sandoval's band supporting her man. So everything was still normal, but apparently all hell broke loose that fateful night. According to what's being reported, so this is really all speculation until we know for sure from them, but apparently Wednesday night at the show, Ariana found some super incriminating evidence on Tom's phone, text messages between him and Raquel, a really incriminating video popped up, and this is according to People magazine, and I'll link all the articles below. Around the same time, and I don't know what happened first, this is not clear, but sources told People that Raquel confessed to Scheana after Watch What Happens Live what was going on between her and Tom. And Scheana was livid furious. Remember that Ariana is actually Sheena's best friend from day one, and it's not like a one-time mistake or one-time cheating thing. Page 6 revealed that the affair actually began before she even kissed Schwartz last summer. So this article said that Raquel had slept over when Ariana was out of town. So it's a huge long-term cheating affair. And James chimed in on social and inferred that the affair even took place when Ariana was sleeping. So this is a full-blown code red, ring the alarm betrayal. Ariana has always been very supportive of Raquel throughout her breakup with James. They were real friends and had no reason to suspect anything like this. So obviously super shocking. I don't even know who this Raquel is. Like, here she is with her alleged affair with Tom Sandoval. You know, she made out with Peter, she went against girl code and kissed Schwartz with little to no remorse, it seems. Let's not forget she had something with Garcelle's son Oliver, and that was messy because his wife had said that they were still together. Like, I don't recognize Raquel since her breakup with James. Who are you? Like, girls don't do this. Anyways, now reports are saying that Sandoval and Raquel want to be together to add insult to injury. You know, want to be together, guys. Like, are they in love? I don't know, but it's very cringy. They're going to be the most hated couple in America if they actually do get together. And it looks like Ariana, because of this, of course, broke up with Tom, and they had a tense sit down on Friday. And sources are saying that Bravo turned on the cameras for this because, I mean, they want to add this to the footage at the end of the season. The reunion hasn't been filmed yet, may I add, and it's going to be the craziest Vanderpump Rules reunion of all time. I don't even know how many parts it requires, but probably a lot of parts, and Raquel's gonna need to like sit separately somewhere. Like, I don't know where she's gonna even sit. And so last night, Kristen and Scheana visited Ariana to support her, and Tom still performed with his band, even though people were yelling from the audience, Ariana, and cheater! Like, not a good look. James suggested that people throw tomatoes at him, and I honestly don't get Tom's obsession with his band. Like, I can't believe he still performed. So from here, the cast just couldn't help but chime in, obviously. So first up was actually Ariana's brother, Jeremy, who's appeared on the show. He basically said that Raquel is trying to social climb and is doing whatever she can for a storyline. He also said that Tom is a tryhard having a midlife crisis, you know, with his cringe band. That's what he said. So, and then James Kennedy entered the chat. He is Raquel's ex-fiance after all. He said, hope you all feel as sick as I do. This explains everything. And Kristen took to Instagram to say outright that she is Team Ariana and that they have been friends for a long time, so of course she is. A lot of fans didn't know because some thought that maybe she would be happy or something because Tom had allegedly cheated on her with Ariana back in the day. This is like season 2 or something like that. So it's complicated, but yeah, no, she's so past all that and is Team Ariana. She was like the first to go see her, it kind of looked like. Anyways, Lala was getting her hair done when this all dropped, but it did not stop her from expressing how angry she is at Raquel and Tom. She actually seemed like the most mad, deleting pictures of Raquel to 50 Cent music. You know, she's like full on a mission of destruction. And Tom Schwartz posted this story, and he'd said he'd asked the Magic 8 Ball if it was going to be a chill day, and the reply was, my reply is no. And then with like a skull face. Anyways, I don't know what Schwartz is thinking, but it is really weird that Schwartz and Raquel are a whole storyline this season. Meanwhile, Tom Sandoval was like sneaking around behind the scenes, allegedly. I mean, it's weird, but I obviously expect Schwartz to still, you know, go with Sandoval. They're long-term best friends, business partners, like, anyways, it is what it is. Katie just posted a story with 2 clown faces and emphasized that Schwartz and Sandy's is still a terrible name for a bar. So it's so messy, and their whole friend group now is just like toxicity at its finest. Lots of drama for Vanderpump Rules fans. We are overstimulated at this point from reading articles and new headlines and trying to figure all this out. It's like a puzzle, and no word from Raquel. She must be like hiding somewhere, and Tom and Raquel's PR teams are probably having a meltdown as we speak, right? Andy said he hasn't worked out how this will affect the reunion taping. They have a few weeks to figure it all out, the logistics, the seating chart, and I'm guessing security, so it's gonna be complicated. Meanwhile, the cameras are back up, fully back up. They're filming confessionals, group scenes. It's all going down, and I guess they'll have to edit pretty quickly to add it to this season. And looks like Kristen, who arguably carried the Vanderpump Rules series on her back for multiple seasons, that's my opinion, is filming again, guys. All is well in the world. Love Kristen, so happy to see her back. And she has a lot to say probably about this because she also knows, you know, Tom Sandoval pretty well. Anyways, speaking of filming, according to Entertainment Tonight, Tom actually threatened to stop filming a certain scene or stop filming altogether. Their source said that he wanted to refilm a particular scene, but producers just weren't having it. He was worried that the scene would paint him in a negative light. Allegedly. I mean, hasn't that ship kind of sailed? I mean, at this point, he should just embrace the negative light. What is he gonna do? Like, it's a negative light. How do you spin cheating on your girlfriend with her friend from bad light to good light? It's impossible. So, it is what it is. I don't really know what's really going on between Raquel and Tom right now. Are they in love? Are they going to be together now? They did wear matching lightning bolt necklaces, and yeah, people were freaking out about that. That was like such a weird little clue. The only real hint we have about what their couple status is that Raquel published this from her notes app on her iPhone. She said, "Besides the indefensible circumstances surrounding our relationship, my feelings for Tom have always been sincere and born out of a loving friendship. Knowing how many people we hurt, I need to understand my choices and learn to make better ones. I need to take care of my health, work on self-growth, and take time to be okay being alone. I care for Tom and I don't want to label anything or predict what lies ahead. Right now, I need to heal." And honestly, watching the current season, I see that she's going through something. Like when, my girlfriends, or when someone, is like kind of going from guy to guy to guy, it's just kind of like a red flag that something's going on there. So I don't really know what she means with her statement, but maybe they're just kind of taking time to themselves right now. Who knows if they're ultimately going to be together? Looks like there's no label, whatever is going on. I think being together so quickly would probably be bad for PR, honestly, so no label it is, at least for now. But I mean, can you be in a full-blown relationship with no label? I mean, do labels even matter? That is the question. Kristen also spilled some important tea on her podcast, which I was captivated by, honestly. She says that Tom Schwartz knew about a month before the affair was exposed, and he told Tom to tell Ariana before it blew up in his face. I guess he never got to it and didn't take Tom's advice. Like, I don't know. She says that when they were over at Ariana's comforting her, Tom Sandoval just like showed up and walked through the door. I mean, it is his house, so it's kind of awkward, but super awkward. Kristen says that she's the one who ultimately went upstairs to talk to him about giving Ariana space and maybe going somewhere else. Imagine the irony, going to negotiate with your ex to give his ex space because he cheated on her. This is like overwhelming. Like, this is kind of like a weird full circle moment or something. I mean, so much drama with their friend group. Lisa Vanderpump went on Watch What Happens Live recently, and she told Andy, and this is from a People magazine article, "I think they had a game plan. I think it was to get through the reunion, then to let the bomb drop. And if there was another season, then have a few weeks, a few months to get used to it. But just by the longevity, I mean, I thought he was in love with Ariana. This is breaking up a couple that's been together for 9 years. I mean, the deceit. She is a wolf in sheep's clothing." Yeah, so Kristen also said that Ariana doesn't really want to know anymore about the situation because, I mean, it's not going to change anything. They're broken up, they're not getting back together, and it would just make her more upset, which is actually a good point. Why torture yourself? Kristen says that she was even there when everything went down at Tom's show when Ariana found something on his phone. Apparently, Kristen was actually looking for Ariana and couldn't find her, and she saw her stuff on a chair, even her purse, and she started getting worried that it was so unattended, so she gave her things to someone to keep for her, and then couldn't find her, so they left. Kristen was at the show, guys. Like, she's very entwined in this story. Meanwhile, Tom issued 2 statements, not just one. The first statement started with "hey," and it had a bunch of grammar mistakes and kind of made it seem like, he was worried about his business. That was like his main focus in the statement. He did get a lot of heat from people about not even mentioning Ariana in his first statement. Then a few days later, boom, he issues a second statement, a long-winded apology to Ariana. This time, it kind of looked like it was professionally written by like a PR person or something. It was a much better statement, but do you get a second try at a statement? Like, how many statements is okay? You can't just keep doing it until you get it right. So Guys, let me know, how many statement do-overs do you get? What do you guys think? I think actually Raquel issued 2 things too. So it's like, when's the next statement coming out? And the Toms, it's being reported, are out of Winter House filming now because of all this, because while they're filming their #1 show, Vanderpump Rules, they didn't really expect to be filming, so I guess they can't do both. It's just too much, you know? So I don't know who's going to be replacing them at this point on Winter House. That's the second conversation. And, you know, they're... Anyways, it's messy, guys. It's crazy. I cannot even believe what is coming out in the blogs right now. I mean, Vanderpump Rules drama.
How did this go from a one-night stand to a full relationship between the two of you? Tom, you are in love.
I can't think of 2 worse people. I can't. I don't see anything good coming for either of those rats.
A reunion that may be more explosive.
Don't even look at me. You don't deserve to look at this.
And dramatic.
James and Lala can't talk because they until
I wasn't your best friend,
I was 25. Than anything we've seen in the show's 10-year history.
She has a long history of diminishing my friendships.
You're friends with everyone. You're like a serial killer's wet dream.
I do have something for you. This was filed today, I believe.
They're making you and me to be pathological liars.
I see that, yeah. Even though we know that we're not.
Tom, when did you find out that they're f***ing, dude?
Late August. You told me that.
August?
Yeah.
Oh,
What?
no.
That's
Did
when
you
you
guys
told
not
me.
put your timelines together to match?
I have been super selfish.
Selfish does not cover it. Diabolical, demented, subhuman.
Poo-poo head? Both of you, poo-poo heads.
James.
I'm gonna get sent for a timeout.
This person that has loved you and defended you. Be honest.
I'm being honest. You backstabbing hoe.
Get in my face again, I'll you up, mother.
I'm not here right now. I'll you up so quickly, Tom. You're a worm with a mustache.
My cards.
I need a break from filming. Stop filming me. I don't want a camera in my goddamn face.
Tom, you are in love.
Come on, it's a very simple question. Are you in love or are you not?
TBH, Scheana Shay of Vanderpump Rules will be anyone's friend.
I'm in love with Scheana.
Hashtag not sorry. That is, until that friend has an affair and gets a restraining order. Drama. Yeah, this friendship fallout is no ordinary breakup.
I'm just trying to live my life, and I'm sorry if that offends people.
Back in season 5 of the Vanderpump Rules, a young pregnant girl named Raquel wandered into James Kennedy's life and met Scheana Shay. The two became what they describe as fast friends. But to the keen VPR viewer, Scheana sort of didn't care about her at all. But Raquel wanted the storylines. However, they proved critics wrong, and their friendship eventually flourished. By 2019, Raquel landed a job at SUR working alongside Scheana, and off-screen, the twosome continued to get closer, even taking the odd Instagram pic together, with Raquel writing the caption, "An unforgettable weekend with some unforgettable friends." Hashtag Life is Beautiful 2019. Friends forever, or so we thought. And in case anyone further wanted to question whether Scheana and Raquel were truly friends, they stuck by each other through life's highs, but clearly not the lows. So in 2020, when Scheana had a baby shower, Raquel was right by her side, posting this sweet and friendly Insta post. "Congratulations, Scheana," she wrote. "I can't wait to meet the little one." Cute, we're thinking Raquel might be the only person who wishes she could be stuck in 2020. So let's go down the road that led to the eventual demise of Raquel and Scheana. Before Raquel was with Tom Sandoval, she apparently was seen smooching Tom Schwartz all over Coachella in 2020. And while Schwartz ex Katie Maloney refused to acknowledge the rumor, Scheana doubled down and backed Raquel, come what may, claiming to be on board with the idea of Schwartz and Raquel's romance. This obviously caused a rift with Katie and makes Scheana abandoning Raquel with the news of Sandoval all that more intriguing. This move of support clinched the end of Katie and her on and off again friendship, and secured Raquel a spot in Scheana's wedding to the father of her child Brock. It's wild how out of Scheana's life Raquel is at this point, because their friendship deepened even further in 2022, when Raquel was one of Scheana's bridesmaids. However, a major update on that, Scheana revealed that she edited Raquel out of her wedding photos after Scandoval, and replaced her face with another VPR castmate and friend, Lala Kent. I decided to re-edit all of my wedding photos and put Lala's face on Raquel's. Scheana explained during the Wednesday, April 12 episode of the Undressed with Paul and Patrick podcast. I didn't want that blank in my photos. I see. And while Scheana was busy with that Photoshop tool, she must be wishing her actions had a delete button as well. In 2023, as season 10 of Vanderpump Rules started airing, Scheana defended when Raquel did in fact kiss Schwartz at her wedding. Oof, there's too much drama. Scheana has said about the whole supporting Raquel and Schwartz romance, Raquel and I are very similar in the sense where we can be a little messy at times. Katie takes things personally that are actually not even about her. Talk about the wrong side of history. In my opinion, Katie has the right to be upset, and Scheana has the right to be straight up embarrassed for supporting Raquel and her dating consequences. Seriously. Even before the Tom Sandoval moment, Raquel had been choosing her boys in a very I want to screw over the people I'm on a reality show with way. That being said, we all can't stop talking about her. And ain't that the road to fame? So here's what the drama is really all about. Scheana was quick to unfollow Leviss and declare herself on Team Ariana when Scandoval broke. Just imagine if she hadn't. Reports subsequently surfaced that Shay and Leviss got physical on March 1 when she learned about the affair after their joint appearance on Watch What Happens Live. Raquel later filed for an order of protection against Scheana. Yeah, friendships don't tend to bounce back post-restraining order. FYI, we may never know what went down after that Watch What Happens Live episode, because it really is just a case of she said, she said. Here's what we know for sure. Raquel claimed injuries came from Scheana during their Watch What Happens Live fight. Raquel shared pics with the media, and the pictures showed injuries above the former pageant queen's eye. Scheana's lawyer later issued a statement refuting Leviss's claims. This case is a fabrication by a known liar and a cheat who has betrayed everyone close to her. Them some legal fighting words. Yikes. When chatting about it on Scheana's podcast, Shenanigans with Scheana, Scheana has said that absolutely nothing happened. She also claims that the injuries that Raquel claimed to have is what her face always looked like. Okay, harsh. And just like that, when Scheana went to the court to deal with the restraining order against her, Raquel and attorneys did not show.
Yeah, they told my lawyer yesterday, oh, we're not going to show up. I'm like, I'm not taking that chance.
This isn't reality TV. This is the real world, and Raquel's actions have real consequences. Raquel filed a false police report, a false medical report, and a frivolous petition for a restraining order. She was also looking fierce in beige, so Scheana is finally on the right side of an issue. And to the keen VPR fan, you'll understand how astonishing a realization like this is. Scheana must have been majorly relieved considering the restraining order had the ability to stop Scheana from being in the Vanderpump Rules reunion. Thank goodness the law and VPR producers found a way around this, because the fans need closure. In case you were wondering why Raquel didn't show up to court, her rep said the court was notified by Raquel's counsel that we were not attending and are not moving forward, and we had filed the paperwork requested by the court clerk, which has been stamped and received. Well, there's our answer. But why don't we believe it? It's almost as if no altercation ever took place to begin with. That being said, Scheana did say when she found out Raquel and Sandoval had a months-long affair, she did black out from anger. Here's to hoping that the next VPR spinoff isn't Scheana as the Hulk. While we're still weeks away from the reunion episode of Vanderpump Rules, here are all of the rumors coming to light. Scheana showed up to the reunion shortly after her attorney confirmed that she'd be attending in person. While Leviss was not photographed entering the set, she assured fans one day prior that she was attending the reunion in person. Now, post-reunion, post-restraining order, here's what Scheana knows for sure. She had no plans to film with Sandoval or Leviss again. Scheana has said, "I have nothing else to say to either of them. The way Raquel has treated me and did all of this, with the amount of emotional distress this has caused me, I want nothing to do with her. I've already said everything I want to say to Sandoval." And that's that on that. When it comes to what Raquel is doing now, we know she has apologized to Ariana, claiming that she deeply regrets hurting her. She has now dropped the restraining order, and she definitely attended the reunion. It was most recently reported that she has checked herself in to get help with the mental health issues she is currently going through. Raquel went on to say, "I want to apologize for my actions and my choices foremost to Ariana, and to my friends and the fans so invested in our relationships. There's no excuse. I'm not a victim and I must own my actions. Let's just hope all injured parties heal with time, and that Tom Sandoval stops playing the trumpet." From my lips to God's ear.
Vanderpump Rules has been really intense this season, and it has been said that on part 3 of the reunion, a secret will be revealed that will make the cast possibly rethink signing their contracts. What could it be? There are many theories, and I have some of my own, so let's get into it. I'll start with the most outlandish theories. Number 1, Tom and Raquel are engaged. This would definitely make the whole crew rethink signing for next season, as it would possibly be about their wedding and their engagement and their whole love story. Many believe that it's something Raquel reveals in a confessional, but I think it has to do with Sandoval saying that he has not been honest about the details of how long this has been going on to Ariana. This would make sense, as the pair has been very vague about the status of their relationship, probably because they're engaged. It gets worse from here, guys. Number 2, Tom and Raquel are already married. This sounds crazy, but I can see them eloping one time on one of their Vegas trips together in their whirlwind of romance, as Raquel called it. As I said, I think it's something that Tom will reveal, so the question is, how much cheating? Number 3, I believe that Sandoval was possibly cheating with more people. Maybe a dude? This one just randomly popped into my head, but tell me you can't see it, guys. Also, if he was possibly struggling with his sexuality, this could be more of a reason why he cheated on Ariana instead of just being in love with Raquel. Number 4, yes, he possibly cheated with more people, and one of these people is pregnant. That's right. Sandoval did get somebody pregnant, but it's not Raquel. Number 5, Tom Schwartz is possibly more involved than we thought. Tom and Tom had a threesome with Raquel. I thought of this theory because Sandoval is so unbothered by Schwartz hooking up with Raquel, so I thought, maybe they all got freaky together. That would definitely be disturbing to the rest of the crew. The next theory revolves around who really knew. People say that Lisa Vanderpump knew, but I think number 6, possibly Scheana knew for much longer than we thought. I started to think this when Scheana mentioned a kiss on acid during Coachella during the finale. That seemed really specific to me. While it's true that I don't think Scheana would ever keep a secret like this or condone this behavior, she was very close to Raquel at the time. And if you know, Scheana has always been isolated from the group.
That's weird. What you doing? And then it's the 3 of you, and then it's just me again. It's not me dating Kristen and then you on the outside. No one has ever left you out.
I don't get it with Scheana. She wants to be our friend so badly.
Scheana wants to be in our group of friends so bad. Shut the hell up.
And she's always wanted a friend on her side. So she may have protected Raquel and known about this, but not mentioned anything because she thought that Raquel would stop. And number 7, Vanderpump Rules is over. Originally, they were going to make 2 shows, as Vanderpump Rules was not doing that well until season 10 happened. People thought the secret could be that another show is starting, possibly a spin-off, so there would be 2 shows, and this has been debunked. However, I am saying that Vanderpump Rules is completely over, and it is going to be a new show. So the secret is that the show is gone. This is why the crew would rethink about signing their contracts, as they would be signing for a brand new show. I think more than likely it will be a show about living in the Valley, and James in the reunion hinted that he bought a home in the Valley, which made me think that this could be true. Another reason I think this is because Jax has talked about returning to Bravo, but he has said he will not return to Vanderpump Rules, so it could be a different show. Kristen also hinted at returning to the network, but on a different show.
You need to expose people's dirt and maximize episodes.
Yeah, on Vanderpump, but I think there's a world we can all live in growing older. But again, like I said, I would never go back to Vanderpump, but I would love to do a show in the future, like in that sort of capacity where it is a docuseries, where it is my friends and I. You don't need to be cheating on people and breaking people's noses and throwing drinks.
And the most convincing of all is Scheana Shay. She is the one that started this whole show, and she talked about a new show possibly in the horizon in a podcast recently.
You're making moves under this light. What is the dream for you? When you look out 3 to 5 years, are you still with the show? Are you doing something different?
So it's funny whenever I get asked about the future to still be on either Vanderpump Rules or another show or both.
What other show?
Just like
What's on your radar?
if Vanderpump Rules were to end, I would still like to continue on reality television.
So let me know if any of these theories resonate with you guys and what you think.
Hey there, pop culture junkies. It's time to buckle up and hold on tight because we're about to dive headfirst into one of the juiciest reality TV scandals in recent history. Brace yourselves for an electrifying roller coaster ride through the scandalous lives of Vanderpump Rules cast. In this sizzling episode of Celebrity Pop, we're diving headfirst into the deep end of the drama, laughter, and jaw-dropping revelations. Trust us, you won't want to miss a second of this juicy expose. So if you're ready to dish on all the sizzling details, then stay tuned. Join us on this wild ride, and let's dive into the scandal together. And always remember, what happens on reality TV doesn't always stay on reality TV. Scheana Shay, the well-known Vanderpump Rules star, recently let loose a bombshell during her Dear Media podcast, Shenanigans with Scheana Shay. She revealed how Raquel Leviss, her former house guest, took her hospitality for granted and acted in a disrespectful manner. According to Scheana, Raquel allegedly had sex all over Scheana's home, causing quite a stir in the celebrity world. Scheana had kindly offered one of her homes to Raquel after the latter's breakup with James Kennedy back in 2021. But little did she know what was happening behind closed doors. It seems like the good as gold singer's generosity was taken advantage of by Raquel, who didn't seem to respect the boundaries of her host's home. Scheana shared her disappointment and shock at Raquel's behavior during the podcast. When Scheana confronted Raquel about her actions, she initially responded with a casual, oops. However, she later admitted to having sex in Scheana's bed and on the kitchen counter, much to Scheana's dismay. Can you believe it? The revelation left Scheana questioning the level of respect Raquel had for her as a friend and the sanctity of her home. That's just downright disrespectful and gross. Scheana was understandably upset about this and told her co-star Lala Kent that she gave Raquel the apartment to live in, not to have sex all over it. But what's even more outrageous is that Raquel had the audacity to tell Scheana that she was supposed to be happy for her the first time she had sex after James. Are you kidding us? Why does it always seem like Raquel is saying it's all about me, me, me? Well, sorry to burst your bubble, dear Raquel, it's not. In a surprising turn of events, a close friend of Raquel Leviss burst into the scene, fiercely defending her against the scathing allegations made by Scheana Shay and Lala Kent on the podcast. The friend insinuated that the duo's comments may be rooted in their own unresolved guilt and past trauma from their personal cheating scandals. The friend didn't hold back, accusing Scheana and Lala of indulging in mean girl antics and attempting to steal the spotlight by making the scandal about themselves, all in a bid to cling to their relevance in the celebrity world. The friend went on to contrast Scheana and Lala's behavior with Raquel's past grace towards Lala after her affair with James Kennedy, highlighting a stark difference in their reactions. This revelation suggests that the current drama could be an eruption of long-simmering tensions between the cast members, fueled by past relationships and buried resentments. With these underlying issues now surfacing, it appears the feud between the reality stars go far beyond just a casual disagreement. The conflict between Scheana and Raquel took a severe turn, escalating from a simple dispute to a full-blown legal drama. After a heated altercation during the taping of Watch What Happens Live with Andy Cohen, Raquel filed a restraining order against Scheana on March 7th. In her court filing, Raquel alleged that Scheana had physically assaulted her, punching her in the face and pushing her against a brick wall, resulting in injuries to the back of her head. Although the restraining order has since expired, this development adds an intense legal angle to the ongoing saga. Oh, the drama. Despite photographic evidence of Raquel's alleged eye injury, Scheana flatly denied the assault during the podcast. In a cheeky response, she humorously argued that she couldn't have possibly punched Raquel, given her inability to form a proper fist due to her long nails. This bold counterclaim further muddies the waters as the truth behind these accusations remains elusive, leaving fans on the edge of their seats. The scandalous affair between Raquel and Tom Sandoval, now infamously dubbed Scandoval, has sent shockwaves through the Vanderpump Rules cast, leading to a massive rift between once close friends. During the Season 10 reunion taping, Scheana and Lala were in perfect harmony as they both agreed that Raquel displayed a complete lack of remorse for her actions about hooking up with Sandoval behind Ariana Madix's back. Scheana claimed that Raquel remained stone-faced and tearless throughout their reunion, and to make matters worse, Leviss allegedly shed not a single tear and showed no remorse during the taping, adding fuel to the fire and ensuring that tensions continue to rise between the reality stars. Well, it looks like the Scandoval saga is still going strong. Tom Sandoval, the man at the center of the cheating scandal, took on the role of a gallant knight and was spotted over the weekend doing the chivalrous thing by helping his former side piece, Raquel Leviss, pack up for a trip, and then drive her to a Los Angeles airport. Talk about a true gentleman, right? Tom Sandoval's recent airport trip with his affair partner has set tongues wagging in the reality TV world. As seen in photos, Sandoval stopped by Leviss's North Hollywood apartment on Sunday to help the 28-year-old pack 2 very large suitcases and a carry-on bag in his car. The pictures are a stunning revelation, as they come just a day shy of the 1-month anniversary of the scandalous affair, which has caused a rift between the castmates. Fans and critics alike are now buzzing about what this means for the future of the show, as well as the respective relationships of the stars. In the photos, Sandoval can be seen dutifully carrying Leviss's heavy bags to his car, looking every bit the attentive partner. Leviss, for her part, seems focused and determined as she goes about packing, betraying no hint of the emotional turmoil that she must be feeling inside. As they make their way to the airport, it's clear that the two are trying to keep a low profile. Leviss wore a plaid button-down, a tank top, and wide-leg jeans, while Sandoval cut an equally casual figure in a striped sweater and boot-cut jeans. Despite their efforts, however, the cameras caught them in the act, and now the speculation about their relationship has only intensified. After reaching the airport, Leviss took off for an unknown destination, leaving everyone wondering where this mysterious trip would take her. The timing of the airport trip is particularly noteworthy, coming, as it does, just days after Scheana, Shay, and Lala Kent made disparaging comments about Leviss on their podcast. The two reality stars that accused Leviss of showing no remorse about hooking up with Sandoval behind his 37-year-old ex, Ariana Madix's back. It's unclear where Leviss was headed on her trip, but one thing is certain, the scandalous affair between her and Sandoval shows no signs of fading from the public eye anytime soon. Vanderpump Rules fans will undoubtedly be eagerly awaiting the next twist in this juicy, drama-filled saga. But oh boy, it seems like the drama on Vanderpump Rules is never ending. The highly anticipated reunion of Season 10 is just around the corner, and Andy Cohen has given us a sneak peek of what to expect. In the latest twist, it looks like the Scandoval scandal is about to come to a head during the Season 10 reunion, and Andy Cohen is not holding back. The reunion's moderator teased on his SiriusXM show that Tom Sandoval and Raquel Leviss were confronted in an aggressive manner or a confrontational manner about their secret affair. Cohen assures fans that they'll get their money's worth as the reality stars face the music in a high-stakes, high-drama showdown. The suspense is palpable and viewers are undoubtedly on the edge of their seats, ready to savor every juicy morsel of this explosive encounter. Before bringing everyone together for the grand reunion, Cohen made sure to get the full scoop on the scandal. He also shared that he interviewed Sandoval, Leviss, and Ariana Madix individually before the reunion to get their side of the story. He had his own concerns about the situation and wanted to address them with each cast member. Cohen delved deep into the matter, extracting each person's side of the story with precision and flair. But that's not all. He also made sure to re-ask these questions in front of the group during filming so no stone is left unturned, and the unfolding drama will be as comprehensive as it is riveting. Well, viewers can expect to hear each person's story and get to the bottom of the scandal themselves. Cohen didn't give away any spoilers, but teased that there's a lot of reckoning to come, and Peacock might even release extended versions of the reunion. This news has fans on the edge of their seats, eagerly awaiting the explosive confrontations that will undoubtedly make for must-see TV. As for Sandoval and Leviss, it seems like they'll have to face the consequences of their actions head-on. With Cohen's promise of a confrontational reunion, it's clear that the rest of the cast is not happy with the way they betrayed Ariana Madix. It remains to be seen how the situation will play out, but one thing is for sure, the drama won't disappoint. Eager viewers can expect a bonanza of extra content, with Cohen teasing that there's a lot of reckoning to come. While Cohen hasn't revealed when the reunion will air or how many episodes it'll be, it appears that he's not exaggerating the day's intensity. Last week, cast member Lala Kent revealed that security got involved during the taping, adding that Cohen could hardly control it. She admitted that the atmosphere was very heated and that she completely blacked out while addressing Sandoval and Leviss about their months-long dalliance. Sources close to the situation previously told that the temperament on set became explosive within minutes and lasted for the full 5 hours of filming. Now that's a recipe for some unforgettable drama, and while the instigators of the near scuffle were not Sandoval, Leviss, or Madix, the drama is sure to captivate viewers when it finally airs. The heart-wrenching discovery of a sexually explicit video of Leviss on Sandoval's phone led to Ariana Madix ending their near-decade-long relationship. With cameras rolling to capture the fallout, the Scandoval saga has viewers on the edge of their seats, eagerly awaiting every twist and turn. Despite the bombshell revelation, Cohen reassured fans that the existing footage wasn't re-edited, preserving the authenticity of the drama as it unfolded. It seems like there is a lot of reckoning to come, and fans are eagerly anticipating the reunion to see just how far things will go. With Cohen at the helm, we're sure that sparks will fly and secrets will be spilled. It's gonna be a wild ride, and we can't wait to see what happens next.
This is the first time you've ever cheated on Ariana.
It was one other time.
Everything that Lala had told me and things that Katie had seen, I started suspecting stuff, absolutely.
Well, hello there, scandal seekers and Vanderpump voyeurs. Buckle up because we've got a piping hot plate of drama served straight from the heart of Hollywood. Our subjects of interest, Scheana Shay and Tom Sandoval, navigating a minefield of alleged affairs, explosive revelations, and fiery confrontations. If you love sizzling celebrity gossip as much as we do, now without any further ado, let's dive headfirst into this whirlpool of Vanderpump intrigue. So let's start with Scheana Shay, who's been dishing the dirt on her Shenanigans podcast. She recently admitted she's been trying to play the peacemaker, reaching out to Tom Sandoval, a once close friend whose love life has recently morphed into a full-blown soap opera. You see, Sandoval has been somewhat of a pariah since ending his friendship with Scheana over an affair with Raquel Leviss. Well, what happened exactly was Scheana Shay, the charismatic singer known for her hit song Good as Gold, recently opened up on her podcast about a surprising turn of events involving her former friend Tom Sandoval. Following the tragic death of Tom's close pal Ali Rafiq, Scheana reached out to offer her condolences and support. However, to her dismay, her heartfelt texts remained unanswered. It seems that Tom's phone was playing hard to get, as Scheana's messages failed to reach him. Speculations arose about the whereabouts of Tom's phone. Had it been swallowed by a black hole or gone on an impromptu vacation? Regardless, Scheana found herself puzzled and left wondering why her attempts to reconnect with Tom were met with silence. In the world of reality TV, where alliances shift like tectonic plates and drama is as common as spilled cocktails, Jax Taylor and Brittany Cartwright couldn't hide their surprise at Tom's lack of response. With no apparent support system and a fractured relationship with his own family, one would assume Tom would be more inclined to acknowledge Scheana's gesture. Perhaps his phone decided to go on a strike, demanding better treatment, or leaving Tom to navigate the chaotic world of texting etiquette all on his own. Scheana clarified that her intention was not to seek reconciliation or regain Tom's favor. However, it's hard not to wonder if Tom perceived this as an opportunity to re-enter her good graces. With the odds seemingly stacked against him and his family's ambivalence, a small act of kindness might have been his way back into the friend circle. Yet his silence lingers, leaving us pondering the mysteries of human connection and the complexities of a text message. Amidst the web of unanswered texts, it's essential not to forget the love triangle that sparked this turbulent chain of events. Tom's lengthy affair with Raquel Leviss while in a committed 9-year relationship with Ariana Madix remains an unforgettable chapter in reality TV history. It's a cautionary tale of succumbing to temptation and the consequences that follow. As the drama unfolds on Vanderpump Rules, the series reunion highlights the aftermath, with Raquel seeking solace in a mental health facility, a poignant reminder of the emotional toll of these intricate relationships. And Sandoval, he's touring with his cover band, of all things. In light of the ongoing saga, Lisa Vanderpump and Andy Cohen have come to Tom's defense, emphasizing his status as a flawed human being who made regrettable choices but did not commit any heinous crimes. While Tom's actions may have caused upheaval and heartache, it's a relief to know that the world of reality TV isn't plagued by major felonies and international incidents. Oh boy, things got even spicier when Raquel Leviss walked into the lion's den of the Vanderpump Rules reunion. Lala Kent, never one to hold back, spilled the tea on her podcast, Give Them Lala, teasing that the cast turned into vicious dogs when Raquel joined the intense gathering. The drama meter was already off the charts, but with Raquel in the mix, it reached a whole new level of fiery confrontation. Lala, known for her blunt honesty, hinted that fans shouldn't hold their breath for any remorse from Raquel regarding her infamous months-long affair with Tom Sandoval. It seems like she's not about to shed any tears or show any signs of guilt. Seems like the Scandoval affair has hardened our Raquel. This reunion was already a pressure cooker, and with Raquel entering the fray, it was about to explode like never before. But credit where credit is due. Lala did give Raquel a slight nod of approval for showing up to the reunion just 2 weeks after the scandalous affair came to light. Stepping into that room took serious guts, and Lala acknowledged that not everyone would have the ovaries to do it. Kudos to Raquel for facing the storm head-on. But let's rewind a little bit. For the first half of the reunion, Leviss wasn't even in the same room due to a restraining order against Shay. She watched the live feed from a trailer a safe 100 yards away. But don't worry, Raquel joined the cast for the second half, ready to face the music and the barrage of tough questions. In the explosive first part of the reunion, cast members unleashed their fury on Tom Sandoval for betraying his then-girlfriend Ariana Madix with Raquel. Lala didn't hold back, branding Sandoval as a dangerous human being, and even James Kennedy got dangerously close to throwing down with his former friend.
That is a narcissist. Everyone needs to be warned about this person. Like, this is a dangerous human being.
The tension was palpable, and the truth was laid bare. Sandoval was in the hot seat with cast members left, right, and center confronting him for his affair with Leviss behind then-girlfriend Ariana Madix's back. In a climactic reveal, Ariana Madix gave us a glimpse of her last text to Leviss. Let's just say it wasn't a pleasant exchange, and it involved some fiery words and a swift block. It appears Madix went full throttle, dropping the F-bombs and casting Leviss as a rat. The final two parts of this explosive reunion will continue to put the spotlight on Sandoval, and we're all here for it. But this drama's far from over. Coming in hot from the When Reality Hits podcast, our Aussie hunk Brock Davies has dropped a thunderbolt of a revelation. Now imagine receiving a postcard from sunny Sedona, Arizona. Sounds lovely, right? Well, not when this sender is Raquel Leviss, and the recipient is none other than our infamous duo's shared home, Tom Sandoval and Ariana Madix's cozy abode. Raquel Leviss seems to have mastered the art of sending subtle yet calculated messages to Ariana Madix and Brock Davies. In a jaw-dropping revelation, Brock spilled the tea on his podcast, When Reality Hits, claiming that Raquel recently sent a postcard to their shared home. But this wasn't just any postcard. It featured a lightning bolt, the signature symbol of Raquel and Tom Sandoval. Can you believe the audacity? Brock couldn't help but express his disbelief. Sending a postcard from Sedona, Arizona adorned with a lightning bolt, Raquel knew exactly what she was doing. It was a clear message, deliberately placed for Ariana to read. Returning to our Vanderpump postcard saga, both Davies and Shay concurred that this isn't a random act of tourism promotion. Nope, it's a calculated move by Leviss. As Davies pointed out, these aren't sealed letters illegal for Madix to open. These are postcards, out there for anyone to see. But Ariana has been vocal about her skepticism regarding Tom and Raquel's breakup. She had already glimpsed the letters Raquel was sending to their shared home, even though she was legally prohibited from opening them. And now with the lightning bolt postcard, it becomes apparent that Raquel is strategically playing her cards to maintain a presence in Tom's life. It's not just any lightning bolt either. Raquel purchased a similar necklace to match Tom's existing one during the height of their affair. It's a symbol that speaks volumes about their connection, whether they want to admit it or not. Davies and Shay, the sharp-eyed pair, were the first to smell a rat. It seems Raquel Leviss, the mistress of manipulation, switched from closed letters to postcards right after Ariana Madix publicly declared her legal inability to read the contents. Sly move, don't you think? But here's the real juicy part. Despite Raquel's recent stay in a mental health facility, it seems that her communication with Tom is far from over. Paparazzi snapped a photo of Sandoval talking on the phone with Raquel during a flight to Pittsburgh. These two just can't seem to quit each other, can they? Neither Sandoval nor Leviss has addressed these postcard revelations, but you know what they say, silence often speaks louder than words. From the frontman of the most extras to the scandalous reality star, Sandoval's life is indeed a roller coaster. And Raquel Leviss, the beauty pageant queen turned Vanderpump scandal centerpiece, has a storm of her own to weather.
First of all, the betrayal of two of my best friends, that is heartbreaking in itself. But then to throw all of this on top of it, when I did nothing but take care of her, I gave her a home to live in when she didn't have anywhere to go. I was the sister to her that she didn't have growing up.
Yeah.
I did everything for her. And for her to do this to me, it has taken such a toll on me. I have not been able to be completely present for my daughters and all this legal shit that I'm dealing with. My daughter sees me crying and she starts crying. She started hyperventilating the other day because she saw me having a full breakdown. It's been a lot. Someone I cared about so much, who I loved. When I had a suspicion, I said, I know you're better than this. I know you would never do this. She was never. I said, please don't ever do anything that's gonna make me have to be apart from you. Ariana and I have been a ride or die for you. I love you so much. Don't do anything to ever change that. And she said, I promise I wouldn't, Scheana. I would never do that.
You said you trusted your husband in bed with him.
I did.
Would you feel comfortable with Brock going to the club at 1 a.m. with Raquel?
Yeah? I would trust him in the same bed with her.
The three of us literally in Vegas. She didn't want to go back to her own room. She's like, can I just sleep with you guys? I was in the middle, but I was like, sure, of course. I trusted her with everything. Everything.
Get up. All right.
Scheana, I'm really sorry.
Lala needs a tissue.
Oh. Now I'm thinking I should have wrote realizations and more regret.
Hello everyone, today I'm going to be doing a personality analysis on Raquel Leviss from Vanderpump Rules. And the reason I decided to focus on her is because she is probably the most confusing to read of the three people that are the center of Scandoval, her, Ariana, and Sandoval. I think I've seen the most people online get confused about her personality, her motivations, her behavior. So I thought I would break it down from an Enneagram perspective because I am a certified Enneagram coach. So I wanted to share with you guys what I saw in her behavior and motivations. So hopefully that's interesting to you. Please keep in mind all of this is allegedly and for entertainment purposes only, and this is just my opinion of it all, so don't sue me. So if you're not familiar with the Enneagram, that is okay. I'm going to break this down as simply as possible so you don't need to know the Enneagram. But just to start off with, there are 9 different types, and most people just say the name of their type as their number. So they would say, I'm a type 1, or I'm a type 2, or I'm a type 3. And then within each of those 9 types, there are 3 subtypes. And we will get into the subtypes later on in this video. And then just to cite my sources on where I'm getting my descriptions and some of my quotes from on the different Enneagram subtypes, I'm using this book, The Narcissist in You and Everyone Else. Not because I'm saying anyone in this video is a narcissist, but because this book breaks down the different Enneagram subtypes really well, and it was written by my Enneagram coach, Sterling Mosley. So now that we've introduced all of this, let's get into it. So when I first started researching for this video, I went on Reddit and I found a really interesting Reddit thread that I thought would be helpful for getting an understanding of what Raquel was perceived like prior to Scandoval, because I know the perception of her has probably changed a lot. So here's a Reddit thread I found that was really helpful. And the title is Raquel Pre-Scandoval. I'm a first-time watcher, and I'm currently on the season 9 reunion, wondering how everyone perceived her prior to the drama. I didn't care for her much because she seemed dumb, and I thought it was weird how she was so pushy on becoming a part of the group. Let me know your thoughts. A lot of the comments in response to this thread are about how Raquel is sort of an empty vessel, how she's kind of personalityless. There's some kind of funny ones that are a little bit roasty. I'll read a few. The most liked one was pre-Scandoval. I viewed her as a lamp from Home Goods. Cute in there, but nowhere near a statement piece that ties the room together. And then there was, remember on Friends when Monica was dating a guy who wrote a poem describing her as an empty vase? That's how I feel about Raquel. And then I consider her the human equivalent of unseasoned boiled chicken breast. All of those are kind of mean, but they point to a similar sentiment that she was kind of personalityless, generally likable, but unremarkable to most people. She was just kind of there. She wasn't a statement piece. She wasn't much of an individual. And the nicest things people had to say was about how she was sweet and just generally likable, but there really wasn't a lot of individual there. On one of the podcasts I listened to, they said she was likely to join a cult, fall in love with the cult leader, and murder people on behalf of the cult. Again, all of this is just opinion and not real, but I think now, looking at her personality and breaking it down, that interpretation of her personality isn't too far off. And the podcast I said that was She Speaks Bravo. I'll link that podcast in the description below. So now that we've kind of savagely and mercilessly described her, I'd like to take this time to talk about her Enneagram type. So all of these comments are kind of pointing to someone who is likely to lose themselves in someone else and lacks their own personality. And all those comments pointed me towards Raquel being a sexual 9. 9s are known in the Enneagram world as the peacemakers and are generally known for being accommodating, diplomatic, and conflict avoidant. And because they are so accommodating and conflict avoidant, they generally get trampled on by stronger, more assertive personalities. And you can definitely see a little bit of that with Raquel. And a sexual 9 is one of the 3 subtypes of 9. There are 3 subtypes of each of the main 9 Enneagram types, and they have to do with your instinctual drives. There are 3 instinctual drives: the social drive, which is about community, belonging, social norms, all that. There's self-preservation, which has to do with access to resources and the self. And then there is the sexual drive, which has to do a lot with competition and focused on one-to-one connections. They prioritize their intimate partners over their social connections with the community and with the group. They're more focused on intimacy. So as a sexual 9, she exhibits the qualities of a 9 in that she is conflict avoidant, really wants to not sense any disconnection with anyone. She has a hard time not being likable and not being agreeable. She wants to have peace with everyone and just be easygoing and conflict avoidant. And the sexual part is that a lot of her motivation and her triggers have to do with one-to-one connections and intimacy. So that's I think where we see a lot of her competitiveness with the other girls and the motivation for the affair come out. Here is a quote from the book I referenced earlier. Sexual 9s seek total and complete merging with their chosen partner or loved one. Their tendency to merge entirely creates a dynamic where they lose their identity and feel anxious about losing their autonomy and independence. That particular quote really reminded me of this scene from season 10 where she's talking about her breakup with James. To avoid getting a copyright strike, I'm going to narrate over the footage. She says, I feel like in a relationship like that where I'm so focused on James, I lost my identity. And now, being single, it's like, okay, this is my new identity. I'm a single girl. And now, like, what am I supposed to be doing? Who am I? People have literally been like, Raquel, who are you? And you know what my answer is to that? I don't know. And then it's interesting because this is one of the only times we see her cry despite all the other drama and fights she gets into. This is one of the only things that actually makes her cry throughout this entire season is her not knowing who she is after this relationship. Another quote from the Sexual 9 subtype description is that without feeling like they are merging, they report being unable to feel themselves, which is almost exactly what Raquel is alluding to here. Without that feeling of merging with James, she's not even sure who she is. 9s in general fear disconnection and want to be at harmony and generally liked by everyone, which is why they tend to be so accommodating and people-pleasing. Something that Raquel admits she struggles with. Another 9 on the cast is Tom Schwartz, and that makes a lot of sense when you think about it. They do have some similarities like that. However, Schwartz is a social 9, which means he merges more with the group than with a particular individual, which may explain why he never had the capacity to stick up for his partner against the group. But they're 2 different variations of 9. Raquel seeks to basically completely merge with one individual person and seeks that validation from just one intimate partner, where Tom Schwartz is more trying to merge with a group and never have any conflict with the group and just completely lose himself in social settings. Both her and Schwartz have a soft-spoken, airy quality that is really common for 9s. And throughout all the season she's been on the show, people have accused her of being stupid or dumb, the D and S words she speaks of. And I think some of that perception can come from this airy floatiness about her that is really, really common with 9s. And you can see it with Schwartz too. However, like all sexual subtypes and all sexual animals in general, there is competition and a competitiveness inherent in the subtype and in the instinct in general. Like if you think about peacocks, how they compete for their mate with their beautiful bright colors, or if you think about all the animals that fight over mates and how there's this inherent showing off and competition about it, that is something you can definitely see in Raquel's behavior as well. From the scene where she's celebrating herself winning Oliver over Lala and how she went after Katie's ex-partner just to kind of prove a point, a lot of people picked up on how she seemed to have a thing for going after taken men this season and how she seemed to be at competition with all of the other women in the cast. It also can kind of be seen in her pageant background, how she enjoyed that so much and how it was such a large part of her identity, seemingly wanting to constantly compete with and win over other women and get a lot of validation from men picking her. Like all sexual subtypes too, she craves intensity and depth in her intimate relationships. This helps explain why maybe this affair was so appealing to her and why she couldn't resist the temptation. It reminds me of this really cringy confessional moment that I will narrate to avoid copyright strikes. So the producer asked why she thinks the affair happened, and she says she was just so curious to know what it would be like to be physical with someone you love. Because she already knew she loved him as a friend, talking about Tom Sandoval, and she had never had sex like that before. And she knows she should have completely removed herself from the situation, but she didn't have the willpower to not see him. Now back to all the Reddit comments that were calling her like an empty vessel or unseasoned chicken, all of that. And this all comes back to sexual 9s kind of keeping themselves bland and unremarkable in a way to try to merge with others. And they do this because letting the other person project themselves onto you creates a fleeting feeling of intimacy and connection, which is often pleasurable for both people at any given moment. What that kind of means is that they tend to leave themselves almost like opinionless and unremarkable so that the other person can project whatever they want to onto them, which is probably why Sandoval really liked Raquel, because he could project whatever he wanted onto her. And another quote that really hits the nail on the head is that they are like empty vessels that they hope to fill with desirable others' preferences, opinions, thoughts, and emotions. Something other Redditors have pointed out is that as the affair went on, there are little signs in the way that she behaved and started adopting Tom's personality. from the lightning bolt necklaces to drinking Coors Lights, promoting Tom's restaurant, and her obsession with galaxy lights. All of those things are things that are really Tom's interests, but that as the relationship went on, she started projecting onto herself and probably made Tom feel cool and interesting because she was kind of adopting certain parts of her personality and made her more attractive to him. To be fair, all of us do this a little bit when we're in a relationship, but not like a sexual 9. They tend to go all in. Others have even pointed out that during her friendship with Scheana, she became like a mini Scheana, and Katie even suggested that during one of their fights, Raquel has 6 personalities, and she probably does because she probably switches her preferences and her personality traits to mirror whoever she's trying to make an intimate connection with. It's just something that sexual 9s do naturally. And the final point I wanted to make about sexual 9s that kind of helps explain Raquel's behavior is that they have a tendency to counter merge, which is when they realize they lost themselves in a relationship or in a person, they almost have like a violent backlash and rebellion where the pendulum swings too far the other way, and they like violently detach from the other person and become basically the opposite of what they had projected to the other person for a very long time in an act of trying to regain independence. And I think that's sort of what happened with this season. I think after she had lost herself in James Kennedy and her relationship for so long, and she counter-merged from that, she talks about how the pendulum swung too far the other way, and she became this whole different person last summer during the affair and just basically rebelled against who she used to be. That is really, really common for sexual 9s, and it's a way for them to get their autonomy back, and they realize sometimes that they lose themselves in other people when they're in a relationship with them, and so they do this really violent, like, breakup, rebellion, counter-merging thing, and we definitely saw it here with her this season, and it's a trademark of sexual 9s. So that is it for my personality analysis on Raquel Leviss.
I said they love you.
Oh.
But I love you too.
Diabolical, demented, subhuman.
Poo-poo head? Both of you, poo-poo heads.
Welcome back, Celebrity Pop faithfuls, to yet another sizzling episode of Hollywood's best, or should I say, messiest gossip. Today, we're diving headfirst into the tumultuous sea of Vanderpump Rules, a saga of clandestine affairs, heated confrontations, and friendships hanging by a thread. We're talking about Tom Sandoval and Raquel Leviss. Hold on to your popcorn, folks. This one's a roller coaster. And if you're craving more juicy celebrity chaos, well, don't be a stranger. Give that like button a hearty smack, subscribe, and ring that bell. You wouldn't want to miss out on our weekly serving of Tinseltown drama now, would you? Are Tom Sandoval and Raquel Leviss the new Bonnie and Clyde of Vanderpump Rules, or just a couple of pawns in a well-orchestrated PR game? Tom Sandoval and Raquel Leviss, the stars of the show, found themselves entangled in a web of cheating allegations. Old news, right? What's brand new is this kicker. Was it all just a perfectly orchestrated act to boost ratings? Think about it. An explicit video discovered, the drama of a decade-long relationship ending, the shockwaves it caused through the fandom and the cast, and just like that, boom, our struggling reality show is back on the front pages. But wait for it. Were the strings being pulled from behind the curtain? Now imagine this. You're at the Abbey, and who do you see? Sandoval and Raquel doing a little two-step, ignoring the fact that he's supposedly in a long-term relationship. In walks Allie Luber, the new kid on the block, and she's scratching her head. What's going on here? She confides in Lala Kent. And the gossip grapevine goes into overdrive. You can almost hear the whispers growing louder and suspicions piling up. Then comes the infamous night, when Sandoval and Leviss end up alone at his place while his unsuspecting partner is away. The plot thickens when you realize that the shock of the cast members at the March announcement seems as misplaced as a penguin in the Sahara. How could they be surprised after months of speculation, whispers, and not so subtle hints? Could it be the producers had a bigger hand in this than we're led to believe? Podcasters Sarah C. and Holly Bajorquez certainly think so. According to them, our cast was as bamboozled as a blindfolded cat in a yarn store, which doesn't quite add up. It's like someone knew about the secret ingredient in the stew but is pretending to be shocked when it's revealed. Even Kate Casey, the host of Reality Life with Kate Casey, shares this sentiment. She points out how each cast member had to walk a tightrope, weighing the risks of alienating the audience by calling out a fellow cast member. Like a fox playing with hens, there's always a risk of ruffling some feathers. But what if this was all a setup? What if the producers knew all along and Sandoval was playing along to keep the reality show wheel spinning? Sandoval's butt-patting episode and his strong flirtation with Leviss could be just a jigsaw piece in the grand scheme of things, perfectly designed to keep the rating needle moving up. Could it be that the producers were creating a gripping narrative arc for our old friend Sandoval, falling out of love with Madix and finding solace in the arms of Leviss, all to keep us hooked for the next season? With whispers of explosive revelations and a curious interaction with Kristen Doty, one can't help but wonder if there's more than meets the eye. Get your detective hats on, my friends, because we're diving deep into a whirlpool of intrigue. First off, we have a seemingly innocent filming permit that our ever-alert podcasters Bajorquez and C stumbled upon. Here's the rub. This permit was active until April 2nd, well past when the season wrapped up. It was sticking out like a sore thumb in a well-manicured hand. This ride is just getting started, and speaking of rides, do you know what could make it even more thrilling? Well, we'll let you in on a little secret. If you want to stay on top of all the juicy, spicy, and sometimes downright zesty celebrity news, join us at Celebrity Pop. Smash that like button, subscribe, and flick on those notifications. Let's spice up your life by keeping you in the loop with the latest scandals. Now, where were we? Ah yes, the Vanderpump saga. Introducing our next set of podcasters, Carrie O'Donnell and Laura Schoenhals from Sexy Unique Podcast. They're not conspiracy theory diehards, but even they can't ignore the whiff of something odd in the air. With Vanderpump's viewership diving like a submarine, they surmise the show needed a jolt to keep the heart beating. Schoenhals suggests that perhaps the Sandoval-Leviss episode was intended to be a subplot that accidentally took center stage when Madix found some, let's say, interesting evidence. The news was then strategically leaked, creating a wave of intrigue that reeled viewers back in. According to her, not everyone, except maybe Lisa Vanderpump, has the cunning to cook up such a scandalous smorgasbord. It's like baking a perfect souffle, it requires a delicate touch. Nonetheless, O'Donnell adds another pinch of mystery to the mix. He proposes that Bravo might have edited some scenes to thrust Sandoval and Leviss into the spotlight. He points to a scene where Lala Kent and James Kennedy exchange suspicions about the pair. Did the editors reconstruct the episode to match the new narrative? As O'Donnell eloquently puts it, God bless those editors. Meanwhile, Bravo, they're keeping their cards close to their chest, not breathing a word about the podcasters' theories. The diehard fans, however, are relishing every twist and turn. This Scandoval plot twist has offered them a veritable feast of drama. As Bajorquez says, speculating on the producers' schemes is as entertaining as watching the show itself. It's like having a backstage pass to the greatest show on earth. Well, folks, there's some other plot twists that no one saw coming. Picture this. Ariana finds herself at Tom Tom, the epicenter of their social lives, accompanying her boo, Sandoval. Then, out of nowhere, Ariana stumbles upon a screen recording of Sandoval and Leviss' steamy FaceTime call from the previous night. And where was Sandoval when he decided to make this incriminating call? At Schwartz's place. Even Katie Maloney, Schwartz's ex-wife, couldn't believe what she was hearing. Schwartz's place. From there, our brave Ariana decides to confront the femme fatale, Raquel, in search of answers. Like a lioness protecting her territory, she demanded to know when this clandestine affair began. And then, folks, comes the most gut-wrenching part. Raquel reveals that their affair began right after Ariana's beloved dog Charlotte passed away. The audacity! But the bombshell revelation doesn't end there. Brace yourselves for this one. Ariana reveals that Tom confessed they didn't just share a passionate kiss, they actually took things to a whole new level. Yes, folks, they did the deed in Raquel's car. And get this, the audacious Tom had to ring Raquel's doorbell because he didn't even have a key. Oh, the lengths people will go to for a secret rendezvous. Our gallant Ariana spills the beans on her emotional turmoil, expressing how Sandoval was not just unapologetic, but actually angry at her. She expresses her frustration, exclaiming, "My emotions were clearly all over the place, and he was angry at me. Angry at me." It's like a twisted episode of a soap opera with a sprinkle of Jerry Springer thrown in there for good measure. So, the saga continues. Ariana and Sandoval split sent ripples through the Vanderpump universe in early March. The revelation of Sandoval's affair with Raquel was the final nail in the coffin, the last straw for Ariana. She'd weathered many storms, but this was a hurricane she refused to stand against. Both Sandoval and Raquel have since apologized publicly to Ariana, who seems to have found solace in the company of Danielle Y. They've been spotted painting the town red at Coachella and celebrating his birthday in New York City. Andy Cohen, the host of Watch What Happens Live, has promised Vanderpump fans a grand showdown, a confrontation between Ariana and her estranged friends, Tom and Raquel. Get your popcorn ready, folks, because this is going to be an extravaganza you won't want to miss. But guys, we've got another scoop just when you thought this was over. This time, Lala Kent is in action. The reality queen is firing off caustic comments about the season 10 finale. Lala, who witnessed the denouement, rushed to her Instagram with a burning prediction. If you thought Sandoval and Leviss grated on your nerves before, just you wait, she cryptically warns. Not only does she stir the intrigue, but she also unleashes the Vanderpump survival kit, a cheeky bundle you'll desperately need to endure the finale's tumultuous twists and turns. It's equipped with a box of tissues for unexpected waterworks, plenty of hydration for that gaping jaw thirst, lozenges for the inevitable throat burn after the WTF screaming, plus the soothing combo of tea and honey for post-episode recovery. She doesn't forget the beauty essentials too, eye drops, cooling eye pads, and chapstick because, hey, a juicy episode shouldn't wreck your next day glow-up. But let's rewind for a sec. Back when new episodes hit the screens in February, the storyline was originally fixated on Leviss's shocking liaison with Schwartz amidst his divorce drama with Katie Maloney. But just as viewers got comfy, whispers about Sandoval's alleged infidelity swirled, sending the plot on a high-speed detour. Ariana's reaction to the scandal and Kristen Doute's unexpected reappearance add even more fizz to this bubbling cocktail of drama. Scheana Shay spills that the footage left her so shaken, she felt as if she was in the epicenter of an emotional quake. She also dished that Raquel, far from being remorseful, seemed almost sociopathic about the whole affair. In an ironic twist, Lala reflects on her Give Them Lala podcast that pre-scandal, Raquel was all set to be the season's darling. Alas, what a difference a scandal makes. So sit tight, Vanderpump fans. This emotional whiplash of a finale is sure to hit you like a truck. Now, where did we put that popcorn? Ladies and gents, okay, last breaking news for today. Please, in a shocking turn of events, Vanderpump Rules co-stars Tom Sandoval and Raquel Leviss have split. Merely 2 months after their spicy affair. After discovering a risque video of Leviss on Sandoval's phone, Ariana Madix, his then-partner, promptly ditched him. In the aftermath, Raquel admitted to seeking unhealthy love while Sandoval fumbled through a belated apology to Madix. Despite this, he later gushed about his magnetic connection with Leviss. Madix, however, had some choice words: diabolical, demented, subhuman, and yes, a freaking rat. That's a reality show cliffhanger if we ever saw one.
Diabolical, demented, subhuman.
Love, lies, and a FaceTime sesh that should never have seen the light of day. Yes, the Vanderpump gang are at it again. But why is Raquel Leviss in the firing line? Since its debut in 2013, Vanderpump Rules has taken the Bravo world by storm. Originally a spin-off of The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, Vanderpump Rules had its fair share of fans by the time Raquel Leviss joined the cast in 2016, and one of them may have been Leviss herself. Yep, although she got into the mix quickly, if some of her co-stars are to be believed, Leviss was a fan of the show prior to her first appearance. Katie Maloney claimed exactly this on Instagram in October 2022. Writing in a comment on a post, she is a fangirl, started as a fan of the show and now a fan of the Toms. Further backing up that claim, Ariana Madix's brother, Jeremy, who later took to his since-turned private Instagram page in March 2023 to allege in part, Raquel has faked her way to the top trying to make something of her life, willing to step on whoever to get there, starting with James. Sellout type lame Let's all remember that Raquel was a fan of the show before all of this. For her part, Leviss had denied these claims during a 2020 appearance on the Popternative podcast, insisting that she had never seen the show prior to meeting James. When the season 10 trailer for Vanderpump Rules dropped in January 2023, fans were stunned to see a relationship brewing between Raquel Leviss and Tom Schwartz. Their union would seem messy for a number of reasons, especially considering Leviss was close to Schwartz's very recent ex-wife, Katie Maloney. But that didn't stop Leviss from admitting to Maloney's face that she was interested.
I do like Schwartz a lot. I don't know. Like, I wouldn't ever date him seriously, though.
The trailer also revealed that the unlikely duo would eventually kiss, sending ripples through their friend group, which also, of course, includes Leviss's former fiancé, James Kennedy. Leviss and Schwartz's relationship seemed to continue once filming wrapped, with Leviss sharing a snap on Instagram that showed her cozying up with Schwartz as recently as February 2023. She also was very active on her Instagram stories that Valentine's Day, sharing that she'd spent some time on a romantic holiday. Making things even more complicated, Tom Sandoval and Ariana Madix were also in attendance at the festivities, and the world didn't yet know that the romance was actually heating up between Leviss and Sandoval, not Schwartz. While some fans suspected Schwartz's on-screen fling with Leviss may have been an alleged cover-up for the Sandoval affair, Sandoval took to Instagram to defend his bestie, telling upset fans, "Schwartz specifically only found out about this very recently, and most definitely did not condone my actions." Between the Tom Schwartz fling and the Tom Sandoval affair, fans might have forgotten that Season 10 of Vanderpump Rules kicked off with a very single Raquel Leviss playing the field at her place of employment. The first episode showed the beginning of a romance with sewer manager Peter Madrigal, who has been a fixture on the series since its debut in 2013. During that episode, Leviss shared that Madrigal was the first person to ask her out on a date following the end of her engagement with James Kennedy. The romance was short-lived, however, with Leviss ending things early on in the season. While reflecting on the brief relationship during an early March 2023 appearance on Watch What Happens Live, Leviss offered a pretty cruel answer about whether she regretted their fling.
No, I feel like Peter's like a great starting pony to get back into the dating world.
Perhaps unsurprisingly, Madrigal has something to say about the snarky comment. During an appearance on the Allison Rosen Is Your Next Best Friend podcast, he said,
I always keep an even keel, but my God,
Yes.
Who the hell do you think you are?
Though the world only discovered that Raquel Leviss and Tom Sandoval had been having an admitted affair in early March 2023, the secret relationship had reportedly already been going on for quite a while. Notably, Sandoval and Ariana Madix's own fling started nearly a decade prior, and it pretty much all took place in front of the Vanderpump Rules cameras, with the couple revealing their longtime romance during the Season 2 reunion back in 2014. If Sandoval's lengthy relationship with Madix wasn't bad enough within the context of the 2023 cheating scandal, Leviss had also reportedly developed an extremely close relationship with Madix over the previous year, especially in the wake of Leviss's breakup from former fiancé James Kennedy. According to sources cited by Page 6, this tawdry affair allegedly began way back in July 2022. Madix didn't find out about the betrayal until the following March, however, when she discovered several texts and an inappropriate video of Leviss on Sandoval's phone. One insider who was close to Madix told People magazine she was completely blindsided by this, devastated, doesn't even scratch the surface of how she feels. In the wake of the revelations surrounding her affair with Tom Sandoval, Raquel Leviss shared a lengthy apology on Instagram, writing in part, "There is no excuse. I am not a victim and must own my actions. I deeply regret hurting Ariana." However, just a day before offering up this written apology, TMZ reported that Leviss had allegedly started pointing fingers at some of her Vanderpump Rules co-stars by serving them legal papers. This all took place less than a week after the cheating scandal broke, and Leviss had seemingly shifted into a victim narrative. The reason for the reported legal threat? Leviss claimed that the intimate FaceTime session that Ariana Madix had reportedly seen on Sandoval's phone had been recorded without her knowledge, and her attorneys personally warned her Bravo castmates that they were not allowed to share it further. In response, Lala Kent took to her Instagram story to blast Leviss, stating, "Raquel, tell your little Mickey Mouse lawyer that if he has stuff to send over, he can send things to my lawyer. Same with the rest of my friends in cast, all right? I don't know if you know how this works. I know you're pretty brand new to the game. Didn't last long. Look what you did with your f***ing 15 minutes.
Darren call you a homewrecker.
How am I a homewrecker?
The scandal. I mean, Scandoval that just keeps giving. While I'm obvi Team Ariana for life, it might be time to delve into the fact that these two partners in crime may have been doomed from the start.
So you're kind of dating?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Sure, fine, yeah.
Okay.
From the start of Ariana and Tom's whirlwind and eventual long-term romance, Ariana made one thing extremely clear: no kids.
I mean, we're not getting married, we're not having kids.
And while Tom played along with these terms, it was apparent through his inability to listen to the needs and wants of his partner that one day he would have a child with Ariana, often doing confessionals to the camera on Vanderpump Rules, saying that he would love to have many Toms and Arianas running around. He also claimed that he always dreamed of a fairy tale white wedding and children of his own. At the time, Tom seemed willing to wait in hopes of the Vanderpump Rules star changing her mind. Clearly, that hope is officially over. The world was literally stopped in its tracks when news broke of Tom Sandoval cheating on Ariana. Yes, it was outrageous that he cheated on her with Raquel, of all people. But what might be more shocking was that the betrayal was with the person and not his band. Tom made it apparent to all that Tom himself was number one, often leaving Ariana at home alone while he gallivanted with his band Tom Sandoval and the Most Extras. Yes, a band he paid people to be in with him, often shirking his other responsibilities like opening his new lounge restaurant, Schwartz and Sandy's. Clearly, having major issues like this in their lives did not help with the loving relationship they had built over several years. When Tom and Ariana first got together at the beginning of season 2 of Vanderpump Rules, it seems as though they were forever. However, Tom often mansplained issues to Ariana, like when he talked about his white privilege as a cis white male, but accidentally said cyst. During the same conversation, he also told Ariana she was entitled to yell and express her feelings. Tom's gaslighting didn't go unnoticed, as it is one of the major red flags in Ariana and Tom's not-so-healthy relationship. What also didn't go unnoticed? Her incredibly confused face upon hearing Tom repeat the word cyst, as opposed to cis. Okay, while this Scandoval is salacious, we mustn't forget that the House of Vanderpump Rules was built firmly on the grounds of cheating. So we mustn't forget that Sandoval did cheat on his previous girlfriend of 6 years, Kristen Doute, with Ariana Madix. The two Sir bartenders started dating immediately after Sandoval and Doute ended their relationship. While the indiscretions were happening, Doute often questioned Sandoval's fidelity, which is rich coming from someone who cheated on Tom.
Yeah, I've hooked up with Kristen before.
Really?
A lot, with even Jax.
You started sucking his he returned the favor and he banged.
I don't believe it for a second.
Oh boy. This show is juicy and we hate to see it.
This is about you hooking up with another one of your friend's ex-boyfriends.
In season 3, Tom's ex, Kristen Doute, tried to convince Ariana that Tom Sandoval had cheated on her during a boys' trip to Miami. She and the other woman, known on the show as Miami Girl, confronted Sandoval at Sir while he and Ariana were working.
Did you lie about us hooking up?
There was no hookup.
According to Miami Girl, she and Sandoval met at the Mondrian Hotel in Miami. Miami Girl flew to Los Angeles to speak with Sandoval on camera. When she appeared at the Sir bar where Sandoval was working, he and Ariana walked out of the restaurant. Ariana never believed her boyfriend cheated on her, and the two of them refuted accusations from other cast members. During season 8, our queen, Ariana, admitted to former castmates Stassi Schroeder and Lala Kent that she wasn't in a good place with her mental health. Ariana explained, "I don't enjoy most things very much, but you guys don't know that because we don't talk one-on-one." Ariana told her co-stars in the February 2020 episode, and while Tom attempted to understand Ariana's journey,
"I love you so much, but Tom, I'm telling you, I want to leave my life."
He also barely did it all with him never being at home, focusing on his own projects and complaining about his and Ariana's lack of intimacy. Tom had said in the past about Ariana's mental health crisis, "All I could do is try to be supportive. Try not to be annoying, because I'll try to overcompensate and it's annoying. I know it's annoying, but I don't know what to do." Well, Tom, hooking up with Raquel was not one of the options.
Just kind of living it up to the fullest.
In season 5, one of the more iconic lines was said by Ariana. Over lunch with the VPR co-star Lala Kent, Ariana told Lala about an idea she was working on to create a book of cocktail recipes. Tom butted in and said that the other cast members approached him to ask why he wasn't involved in the book. Tom and Ariana are both bartenders at Sir Restaurant. Ariana retorted that she had been working as a bartender for over 10 years. She called him a bitter Betty after he rolled his eyes at her explanation.
Somebody's a bitter Betty.
Okay, hold on. That set Ariana off. She got right to the heart of why she wanted a book of her own.
You're not going to be the face, and you're not going to take attention away from me.
Sing it, girl. Back in season 9, to pop the question to Raquel, James staged a Coachella-themed proposal, which was documented by Bravo's cameras and aired in October. James proposed at the iconic Empire Polo Fields of Coachella Friday night. Raquel wrote on Instagram, and I said, yes, I'm over the Coachella moon. James also announced the news on social media, writing, the love of my life said yes. It was later revealed during an episode of VPR that Tom Sandoval helped pay for the elaborate engagement. James and I split the $25K. And to this information, I ask, why would he pay? Tom has no boundaries. The biggest betrayal might have been the Raquel of it all. But Sandoval was no stranger to betraying Ariana's trust. Back in January 2019, Ariana explained to Sandoval that he betrayed my trust by telling his friends about an experience between Ariana and Lala Kent in season 7.
They're in my car, and Lala goes, sorry, Sando, I'm just in love with your girl right now.
Ariana had said about this incident, I'm not embarrassed or ashamed of what happened between Lala and me, but I do feel like Tom betrayed my trust by telling this story to his guy friends. Tom really never got it. Like, ever. Well, strap in for this nonsense because Sandoval's best bud and business bro went on Andy Cohen's show, Watch What Happens Live, to calm the anger about Tom and really turn up the drama. Schwartz stated that Tom gets obsessions.
Tom has ADHD, and honestly, he became obsessed.
His current obsession is Raquel.
Raquel is Tom's heroine.
There's a world where Ariana was once his obsession, but he has now moved on to Raquel. From this display by Schwartz on TV, it definitely left me wondering if Schwartz suffers from foot-in-the-mouth disorder. In one of the more entertaining red flags in season 4, Tom Sandoval needed to go to Vegas for Peter Madrigal's birthday. While Vegas was already a tough topic in the Vanderpump universe, considering that they all cheat when they go there, Ariana had a more serious reason as to why she wanted Sandoval by her side. It was Ariana's birthday the day before Sandoval had to leave. It was also her first birthday without her father. Sandoval took in the information, stared Ariana right in the eye, and with all the certainty in the world, said, I'll always be there for you. But in Vegas, we're going to be playing with dump trucks. Yes, this was not a metaphor, but literally, the boys on the trip were going to be playing with big trucks. When it came to Sandoval and Raquel getting too close, unfortunately, the signs were everywhere. After fans speculated that Sandoval and Leviss have been wearing matching lightning bolt necklaces to express their love for each other, apparently the necklaces date back to October 2022. Oh, that and Tom dressed up as Raquel for Halloween. Mid-affair, this man is posted on Raquel's Instagram stories wearing a wig. Tom was mimicking her in most of the videos and in one photo. Leviss does a side-by-side comparison of Sandoval in his costume and herself with the question, who wore it better? Yikes forever on this one. While their love started out strong and lasted long, it is now extremely apparent that the trouble was always brewing.
Been fucking? No.
Fine.
One time.
One time. Whatever. It doesn't matter.
Let's be honest here. Multiple. Yeah.
I'm James Kennedy. I know everything.
Great British accent.
Raquel.
Huge blow-ups, catty fights, and some serious affairs. How much of the drama is real? We're giving you all the proof that Vanderpump Rules might actually be fake. Jax Taylor is without a doubt one of the most controversial characters on Vanderpump Rules. The reality star was one of the show's original cast members, and his intense love life and quick temper played out on the show for years. That is, until he was fired from the series following season 8 in 2020. His storyline was characterized by multiple cheating scandals and ill-fated relationships, until he finally tied the knot with his wife, Brittany Cartwright, in 2019. Since Taylor moved on from reality television and entered fatherhood, he's opened up about his time on the Bravo show. In 2021, the former reality star told Us Weekly, I was 100% checked out at the end. I was just very irritable on the show. It was getting a little bit too scripted for me, and I just couldn't do it anymore. It wasn't fun. While Taylor claimed that Vanderpump Rules is scripted, he was telling a different story just a few years prior. In a 2018 interview with In Touch, Taylor said, just because there are cameras, I'm not going to be like, oh, I'm going to do this and act like this. That's just not how our show works. I think that's why our show works so well, because we are a real show. As expected about reality TV series, cast members are subject to their storylines being crafted and sometimes manipulated by the production team. Whether scenes are chopped to be more dramatic or castmates' words are minced, most reality stars have little to no creative control. Their reputation of being villains or saints typically depends on those working behind the scenes. No one knows this better than Vanderpump Rules star Katie Maloney. She admitted in her 2016 interview with Galore magazine that not everything is how it appears to be on screen. Maloney revealed, it's pretty not scripted. You see our relationships are real. They don't show everything that's positive, but they definitely show everything that's negative. And that can paint people in certain lights that aren't true to form, but it still is real. In 2020, former Vanderpump Rules editor Brie Dellinger admitted just how manipulated these storylines can be in a since-deleted episode of the Twisted Plot podcast. In a clip that resurfaced on Twitter, Dellinger said about cast member Scheana,
She knew it was good for her. She would befriend me because my favorite game is finding all the embarrassing things that Scheana does and putting them all in.
Anyone who religiously watched Bravo would remember the VPR scandal, cleverly dubbed Scandoval. Raquel Leviss and Tom Sandoval's secret affair was exposed in March 2023, ending his nearly decade-long relationship with Ariana Madix. While Vanderpump Rules has seen its fair share of cheating scandals throughout the years, nothing compared to the one from season 10. The controversy continued to shake the internet, with new info emerging each week after the initial news broke. In May 2023, for example, Madix claimed on an episode of the Call Her Daddy podcast that Leviss and Sandoval hooked up in their guest room while she slept in the next room. Part 1 of the 3-part reunion special became the most watched episode on the Bravo network in 9 years. With the ratings setting new records, fans speculated if there might be more to the affair than meets the eye. Holly Borquez of the Vanderpump Rules Party podcast relayed to Insider, "I personally feel like they were mapping this out." Katie C., who co-hosts the podcast alongside Borquez, seconded that notion, alleging, "Production at least knew there was a strong flirtation. I think they were trying to milk it." Podcaster Laura Shanehalls similarly told the outlet that she felt the scandal could have been manufactured by production due to the show's viewership suffering a decline, claiming they needed something to get shaken up, to get people's interest back. Despite these allegations, Bravo and Vanderpump Rules cast members alike have claimed that producers didn't know about the affair beforehand. Lala Kent and Katie Maloney have come a long way in their on-again, off-again friendship. The castmates clashed for years while starring on Vanderpump Rules together, with insults being thrown from both sides. Their feud began shortly after Kent debuted on the show in Season 4, which aired in 2015. During the Season 5 reunion, Kent accused Maloney of slut-shaming her, and Maloney claimed Kent belittled her for her weight and her relationship with her former husband, Tom Schwartz. Though their relationship had its ups and downs through the years, the women ultimately put their drama behind them and became friends. In March 2023, Maloney told Us Weekly that they bonded in 2018 after years of tension, saying,
"And we're so much more alike than we ever realized we were, so I think that's kind of like where we fault sometimes."
Although the two are in a good place these days, Maloney has previously claimed that Kent was not the same person behind the scenes as she'd appear on camera. In an interview with Galore magazine in 2016, she said, "I felt pretty provoked, so it is a little hard when people come up to me and tell me I'm so hard to Lala. I'm like, you have no idea actually how this person is. They do stuff off camera, and then on camera they are completely different." For a show built around the drama at Lisa Vanderpump's restaurants, it seems ironic that most of the cast members no longer work for her. Earlier seasons of Vanderpump Rules focused on drama occurring at Sir Restaurant and Lounge, where many of the stars worked as bartenders or servers for years as they dabbled in acting, modeling, or fashion. But throughout the decade that the show has been on television, several of its cast members have no longer needed serving jobs, given the fame and fortune they've achieved as reality stars. The former bartenders and waitresses then have gone on to become successful entrepreneurs with the platform Vanderpump Rules has given them. Tom Sandoval and Tom Schwartz are co-owners of their bar Tom Tom. Ariana Madix and Katie Maloney co-own the sandwich shop Something About Her. And Lala Kent founded Give Them Lala Beauty. While many of them are no longer frequenting Sir to clock in, Vanderpump explained that if any cast members are featured on the show working, it's not a lie. She told Thrillist in 2016, "Part of the deal is if they're working at the restaurant on the show, they have to work there legitimately." Former original cast member Stassi Schroeder seemed to refute that claim, however, on a 2019 episode of her Straight Up with Stassi podcast. "Those of us who are pretending to work at the restaurant aren't really having to. They are showing what's really actually going on, and Ariana doesn't have to pretend to go clock in or to go to Mexico."
Is that going to ever happen between you and Raquel? No.
I regret every moment that I stood up for you, defended you, supported you. You're worth nothing.
I have been super selfish. Selfish does not cover it. Diabolical, demented, subhuman.
Poo-poo head? Both of you, poo-poo heads.
I think it's important to me to tell the truth.
The truth about the affair between Raquel Leviss and Tom Sandoval has finally been confirmed by none other than Raquel herself. But while netizens believe Raquel simply couldn't run from her lies anymore, it is speculated that she is trying to become friends with Ariana Madix again. Could that be what this is all about? Well, keep watching to find out. In an interview, Raquel Leviss broke down in tears as she revealed secret sex romps with Tom Sandoval while Ariana Madix was at a funeral. According to her, she wanted to have a three-way relationship with Tom and Ariana, which was something Ariana greatly frowned upon. The interview was aired after the reunion of Vanderpump Rules Season 10, where Ariana blasted Raquel for betraying her. So, it only makes sense to think that guilt is eating Raquel up pretty fast and she just might want to win her friend back. At the beginning of the interview, Raquel said, "I think it's important to me to tell the truth," and she admitted to lying during the reunion. "I think that I've been lying and being so deceitful this entire time that I don't want to lie anymore, and it's all out there anyway. Like, the worst is out, yet I'm still finding myself having to lie about specific timeline things," Raquel said.
The worst is out, yet I'm still finding myself having to lie about specific timeline things.
The reality star went further to reveal more sex romps with the 40-year-old Sandoval, and she desperately wanted a throuple with Tom and Ariana. Meanwhile, Ariana already split with her longtime boyfriend Tam in March after learning of his months-long affair with Raquel. Flashbacks were then shown of Sandoval during the reunion, insisting they had sex once and took a break before resuming their affair. "He feels like it would be less hurtful to say that, this wasn't going on for so long," Raquel said. Afterwards, the producer prodded her for details, and Raquel revealed the second time they had sex was during the Mexico trip for Shay's wedding last August that Ariana also attended. "Oh, that's steamy. I was like, we can't see each other. This isn't gonna be a thing." But then, that first night in Cancun, he was, drunk and, trying to find his room, and I heard him talking in the hallway, and there was somebody working there, and he was, asking which direction the elevator was, and I was like, "Wait, just come inside." I was like, "Sorry, sir. He's really drunk." Yeah, that was the second time that we were physical, intimate with each other, Raquel admitted.
I was like, "Wait, just come inside." I was like, "Sorry, sir. He's really drunk." Yeah, that was the second time that we were physical, intimate with each other.
Oops. It looks like the cat is indeed out of the bag, and many wonder how Ariana would react to this revelation. Well, keep watching. Raquel went on to share that their affair picked up speed once filming ended on the Bravo show. Raquel also claimed that she felt really guilty. "A huge part of me wanted to tell her. It ate me alive not to tell her. I mean, I even suggest, I was maybe, what would Ariana think about, having me as an addition?" And he was like, no, she would not be into that," Raquel said. "A throuple," the producer asked. "Yeah," Raquel answered, "because, I love Ariana as a person, and then also I'm in love with Tom Sandoval. So, yeah, it didn't seem that far-fetched of an idea, but it was not something in question. I just hate lying so much. I hate it," Raquel said. Well, Ariana would also hate hearing you lie so much too. Raquel also told the producer that Sandoval asked her not to disclose certain information. "I feel like Tom is, my one person that I do have. And so, if I just, went and betrayed him, then I'd really have nobody," Raquel said.
He feels like it would be less hurtful to say that, this wasn't going on for so long.
She started crying as she revealed they agreed to get one particular story straight. The reason why Tom wanted to lie about it is because it's a really bad look to hook up with someone's boyfriend in their own house when they'd gone out of town, especially for, a funeral, of all things, Raquel said, sobbing. She was mentioning the time when Ariana was out of town to attend the funeral of her beloved grandmother Bonnie. "This has effing killed my soul. I am so sick of lying. I hate it. I hate being deceitful. It's horrible," Raquel said while crying hard.
"This is fucking killed my soul. I am so sick of lying. I hate it. I hate being deceitful."
Oh well, the story just keeps getting hotter. But in case you missed it, Ariana earlier unleashed her full fury on her ex-boyfriend Sandoval and former friend Raquel during the reunion that was filmed at Avenue 6 Studios in Los Angeles just weeks after the affair broke. Diabolical, demented, subhuman, Ariana called Raquel after she admitted to being super selfish for engaging in a months-long affair with Sandoval. Selfish doesn't cover it.
Cover it, bitch. Diabolical, demented, disgusting, subhuman. Start getting a better vocabulary to describe your action.
As it sure looked like the news about the scandal has reached the end of the earth, Raquel said she was super embarrassed and knew that she owed a lot of people in the room an apology. In fact, Raquel admitted that she was so embarrassed she considered skipping the reunion. "I'm so ashamed and embarrassed that I'm even capable of keeping the secret from somebody who has been in my corner since the beginning. Ariana, I am so sorry for betraying you. I can't even fathom the pain that I've caused you. I have been completely selfish, and you're right. Selfish is not the right word, because it doesn't even begin to describe the state of mind I have been in, Raquel said. Raquel added, it was a mistake. The way it was handled was a complete mistake. The way that we have betrayed the people closest to us was detrimental to all of our friendships. And I'm seeing, like, all of the consequences for my actions that I never even considered because I was living in the moment. Ariana gave some epic eye rolls as Raquel explained her behavior. Why'd you do it? Andy asked. I did it because Tom and I had this connection. I felt seen and heard by him, said Raquel, who was interrupted by Ariana, who demanded to know if she didn't feel seen or heard by me. Raquel admitted that Ariana had been a source of support, but claimed that she was able to confide about personal things with Sandoval. I've been a people pleaser my whole life, and I dropped that mentality, and I started only pleasing myself, and this was something that I was curious to see, Raquel added. So, my dog had just died. I cried in your effing arms, and you thought I should go F her boyfriend. You are lower than the effing lowest of low people. You really are, Ariana said. You're a effing psychopath. You are terrifying to me as a person. The fact that you are capable of this is unbelievable. You're a dementor, Ariana ranted at Raquel, referencing the dark creature from the Harry Potter series that feeds on human happiness.
So my dog had just died. I cried in your arm, and you thought I should go fuck her boyfriend.
Raquel couldn't help but admit all along by saying, I know I am. Afterwards, Andy asked Raquel why she couldn't end the affair and asked if she was in love with Sandoval. Yeah, Raquel admitted, you're ugly, you're hideous. Ariana hissed at Raquel.
You were in love.
Yeah. You're ugly. You're hideous.
Andy then asked Sandoval if he was in love with Raquel. I'm sorry, yes, Sandoval replied after a long pause. Andy also asked Ariana what happened with her eggs after she was shown during the past season moving forward in the fertilization process with Sandoval. They're just frozen, Ariana said of her eggs. They're not fertilized, Andy asked. Yeah, thank God. I don't want the DNA mixed with mine, Ariana said while making a dismissive hand gesture towards Sandoval. Andy then asked Sandoval if he had slept with anyone else since his affair with co-star Raquel began. He said there was nobody else, but Ariana disagreed with him. You know who he did sleep with after he and Raquel started sleeping together? Me? Ariana said. Yeah, she kept her t-shirt on. It was really hot, Sandoval said sarcastically. The comment stunned everyone, including host Andy. You are such a effing DK. Lally yelled at Sandoval. Even his close friend Schwartz questioned the move, telling him, don't say that. Don't say that. I'm sorry, Sandoval replied.
Yeah, she kept her t-shirt on. It was really hot.
You're such a dick.
What the dude? This.
Raquel and Tom further raised eyebrows immediately after the reunion ended with a summer group photo. Afterwards, Raquel couldn't help but admit to Sandoval that they hurt so many people. I'm seeing the person that I've become, and this isn't who I want to be. I don't want to be a person that hurts other people, Raquel said. That really sucks, Sandoval remarked. Well, it's one thing you make a mistake and it sure is another to admit such mistake. Raquel may have been brave enough to admit her faults and apologies to Ariana. Moreover, after the scandal became public, Raquel sent an apology text to Ariana and as expected, Ariana blocked her. It looks like whatever apology Raquel and Tom have, it won't erase the hurt and pain Ariana faced from the scandal. Let's see if social media users agree. A fan wrote, the betrayal that Rachel and Tom inflicted on Ariana over and over again warrants every word she said to them. Are we supposed to give Ariana's words more judgment than their actions? Another fan added, Ariana is totally justified in everything she said. Those two did something horrible to her and are just disgusting. Neither one of them are remorseful and Raquel not showing any emotion proves that. Clearly, netizens aren't taking it easy on Raquel and Tom and according to them, they deserve whatever embarrassment they might be facing. There is more where that came from, so stay connected.
Why do you think this happened?
I was just so curious to know what it would be like to be physical with someone that you love, because I already knew that I loved him as a friend.
Tom Sandoval and Ariana Madix, both of whom were on the show Vanderpump Rules, broke up at the beginning of March. They'd been together since 2013 when Madix started the show. It wasn't long before word got out that Sandoval had cheated on Madix with their co-star Raquel Leviss. And it seems that Leviss has decided to tell her side of the story and speak up on Tom Sandoval cheating after the breakup. So what's really happening? Without further ado, let's get started.
Feel like I've finally been able to come into my own, and a big part of that is due to not
being a people pleaser anymore.
The pop culture obsessed world was shocked by the news of their breakup, and fans of Vanderpump Rules were treated to an exciting season 10 ending where the cheating scandal. But let's catch you up with the tea. So, during the season 2 reunion episode of Vanderpump Rules, Sandoval and Madix revealed they were dating. The pair then made their Instagram pages public. Since then, Madix has taken down her Instagram. When Sandoval found out that his best friend at the time, Jax Taylor, was having an affair with his girlfriend at the time, Kristen Dowd, he asked her out. Sandoval is thought to have hooked up with Madix at least once while he was dating Kristen.
You famously uncovered Miami Girl. Had you heard of other instances of Tom cheating on Ariana?
Since the Raquel news broke, I've heard multiple things.
And on January 28th, 2019, when Sandoval told everyone that Madix was hooking up with co-star Lala Kent, things got rough for the couple. In a Vanderpump Rules episode, fans saw Sandoval talk about the meeting with a group of his male friends and then run the story by Kent. When Madix heard what had happened, he was very upset. In an interview with People, Madix said that she's not embarrassed or ashamed of what happened between Lala and her, but she feels like Tom broke her trust when he told the story to his guy friends. Her sexuality is not something she would say to make many guys think she's cool.
I place more of the blame on him because he was the one in the relationship, even though she was my very close friend.
And on Leviss's side, James Kennedy and Raquel Leviss got engaged. The happy couple posted the news on Instagram and some beautiful photos of Leviss's new ring and the proposal. Leviss posted a bunch of shots from the big proposal, which happened at the same place as the Coachella Music Festival. But their relationship didn't last. Kennedy and Leviss go in different directions. The Vanderpump Rules star posted on Instagram that they were breaking off their engagement. Just 6 months after Kennedy asked her to marry him, they broke up, which was a big surprise. So after that breakup, the drama began. Several sources told different news sites that Sandoval and Leviss have been having an affair for at least a few months, beginning around June of 2022. A person told People that this has happened for at least 6 months. During the whole time, Tom was in bed with Ariana. The source told the news organization that Madix was caught off guard by the cheating and that devastated doesn't even begin to describe how she feels. According to a source who spoke to Page 6, Leviss has spent the night in Tom and Ariana's home when Ariana has been away, and the relationship began last summer. Eventually, the rumors got to Ariana, and after the Vanderpump Rules Season 10 trailer depicted the couple being challenged with the notion, Madix responded in a since-deleted tweet by denying that she and Sandoval were in an open relationship. And the rumors finally got to Ariana. She and Sandoval decided to part ways. A source with direct knowledge of the production also revealed to ET that filming resumed as the drama unfolded, with intentions to cover the consequences of the separation in Season 10.
Watching him call her my name by mistake last night was very, very cringe. I would have been very embarrassed if I were her.
According to a source who spoke with ET, some cast members had suspicions that something went down with Sandoval and Raquel while filming and considered the split confirmation. Another insider told ET that virtually everyone is against Tom and Raquel due to the event that involved with them. With the formation of his band and occasional outbursts, the group gets the impression that Tom has been going through a midlife crisis. The girls are supporting Ariana, but they know she will recover. But in a lengthy Instagram post, Sandoval addressed the breaking news of their breakup and the adultery claims. He wrote that he fully understood and deserved Ariana's anger and disappointment towards him. Then the Vanderpump Rules cast received legal letters from Raquel Leviss. Leviss issued legal letters to her co-stars regarding the video after People said that Ariana Madix learned of Tom Sandoval's alleged affair with Leviss via finding an NSFW video of her on his phone. The source claims that Raquel sent legal letters to several cast members. Depending on their involvement, the letter has had a few different versions. Raquel did send Tom Sandoval a letter as well, asking him to remove the video and not broadcast it or share it. The insider continued to say that Raquel was hoping that by sending this letter, someone won't share or post the video. And on March 7th, 2023, Raquel Leviss filed a restraining order against Scheana Shay. To stop her Vanderpump Rules co-star Scheana Shay, Leviss obtained a restraining order. After an apparent fight between the two women, Leviss filed a request for court order protection from Shay. After an apparent fight between the two women, Leviss filed a request for court order protection from Shay. The filing, which concedes with the aftermath of Leviss's alleged affair with Sandoval, was originally reported by TMZ. Leviss and Shay have previously appeared on Watch What Happens Live when Leviss addressed the controversial alleged kiss with Schwartz. She told presenter Andy Cohen that she is just trying to live her life. and she is sorry if that offends people. But it's not going to stop her from doing what she's going to do. According to a source who spoke with People, Leviss confessed to Shay about her continued relationship with Sandoval after the recording. Shay was reportedly furious at the confession and became physically aggressive with Leviss as a result. Raquel Leviss claims that her Vanderpump Rules co-star Scheana Shay hurt her after learning of her role in the Tom Sandoval cheating scandal. ET has obtained photographs of Raquel with a black eye and a cut on her eyebrow. The images were provided as part of Leviss's plea for Shay to be placed under a temporary restraining order. Leviss asserts that the claimed confrontation took place on March 2nd at around 1:30 a.m., but that no one else was present to see it. According to court documents obtained by ET, Leviss claims in her request for the restraining order that she was punched in the face, caused injury to her left eye, and pushed against a brick wall, causing injury to the back of her head. Amid the cheating scandal that she has shaken the Vanderpump Rules group, Sandoval at long last confronted Madix. On his Instagram, Sandoval posted a private message in which he expressed his regret to everyone he has hurt. Then he wrote to Madix to express his regrets. The singer and restaurant owner continued by saying he felt really horrible about how his actions affected Madix and everyone around us. Raquel Leviss also decided to come clean about her behavior. Allegations were made that she had a long-term romance with Tom Sandoval when he was seeing Ariana Madix. In an exclusive interview with Entertainment Tonight, Leviss discussed the issue. Leviss began her remarks by expressing her deepest regrets. She accepted full responsibility for her conduct and realized that they were improper. She expressed her sincere regrets to Ariana, her friends, and the supporters who have devoted time and energy to their friendships. Leviss acknowledged that she is not a victim in this circumstance and realizes that she cannot defend her actions. She regrets hurting Ariana a great deal. Leviss admits she is using this time to reflect on her decisions. She's consulted a psychotherapist to understand better who she is. She's come to understand that she has a codependency tendencies and a dependence on receiving love due to this process. She acknowledges that she has frequently neglected her own needs and harmed others in her quest for emotional gratification through destructive romantic relationships. She has occasionally even given these relationships more important than her friendships. She's determined to change her behavior and make better decisions, though. Leviss wants to underline that she has suffered difficulties in addition to those brought on by her own choices, even if she agrees that being on a reality show has its ups and downs. She has endured physical abuse, suffered friendship losses, and even received hate mail and death threats. Her privacy has also been invaded. These encounters have negatively impacted her mental health. Leviss has begun therapy to break her destructive pattern of behavior. She wants to strengthen her emotional boundaries and safeguard her mental well-being. She wants others to know that she doesn't seek their sympathy, pity, or forgiveness. She's currently concentrating on her personal health and well-being. She'll prioritize her mental health and draw lessons from her past failures as she works to improve herself. Now, Leviss is disclosing information about her efforts to make amends with Madix after having an affair with Sandoval. Paparazzi photographed Leviss in front of a West Hollywood manicure salon before Vanderpump Rules reunion. In the video, which TMZ was able to obtain, Leviss, who was dressed casually in a hoodie and leggings, admitted that she had attempted to apologize to Madix for her involvement in the Scandoval incident, but that it had not been well received.
Did sleep with after him and Raquel started sleeping together? Me.
Yeah, she kept her t-shirt on. It was really hot.
Ladies and gentlemen, fasten your seatbelts because we're about to take off on a roller coaster ride through the sizzling streets of Vanderpumpville. Raquel is ready to spill the tea, and oh boy, it's piping hot. But before we spill any drop, remember, the hottest celeb news is just a click away. Now let's dive headfirst into the turbulent tides of Raquel's tell-all. Raquel Leviss has been holed up in a secret mental health facility for a whopping 68 days and counting. But why, you ask? Well, she's been gearing up to become a better person and spill the tea on her torrid affair with Tom Sandoval. Well, according to her. Raquel has apparently been playing Sherlock Holmes, delving deep into the basis of her decisions, and we're on the edge of our seats. Armed with the wisdom of a sage, she's ready to tackle the scandal that could rival the dramatic flair of a telenovela, the infamous Scandoval. You may be wondering why Raquel sought treatment in the first place. It all started when news of her affair with Tom Sandoval came crashing down on her. But Raquel and her family had already decided that she needed mental health counseling long before the affair was exposed. This facility isn't for substance abuse, it's all about mental health and trauma therapy. A source close to Raquel tells us that she's genuinely remorseful for her past actions and has been apologizing left and right. She's practically turned saying sorry into an art form. Remember when Raquel, cool as a cucumber, sat blank-faced discussing Scandoval on that explosive reunion episode of Vanderpump Rules? She faced the eye of the storm, the wrath of Ariana Madix, Sandoval's ex, and didn't bat an eyelid. It was like watching a Jedi Master face the Sith with nary a quiver in the Force. This was a major plot twist that shook the Vanderpump Rules reunion to its core. Raquel, who normally exudes charm, was notably stoic during the reunion. There wasn't a trace of emotion on her face as she talked about her affair with Tom Sandoval. Some even thought she was heavily medicated or completely disconnected from the reality of her actions. But little did they know, Raquel was about to spill some jaw-dropping revelations. As for host Andy Cohen, he candidly mentioned being worried about Raquel's mental health prior to the reunion. But when he saw her unemotional demeanor, he couldn't figure out if she was medicated or if she was just detaching herself from the situation. In a one-on-one interview after the reunion, Raquel held nothing back. She revealed shocking details about her affair with Sandoval. They hooked up consistently, and get this, they even had sex while Ariana was away for her grandmother's funeral. But wait, there's more. Raquel dropped another bombshell that left everyone's head spinning. She expressed her interest in being a throuple. Yeah, you heard that right. Raquel was open to exploring a relationship dynamic that includes 3 people. It seems like she's not afraid to embrace her desires, no matter how unconventional they may be. The real juice, though, is what we can expect from Raquel moving forward. She's at a crossroads, fresh out of the facility, and has a tale to tell. She wants to lay out her truth, sans the filters, and let the chips fall where they may. A plot twist worth its weight in gold. The Vanderpump Rules reunion was juicier than a ripe peach as Tom Sandoval hit below the belt. Picture this, Andy Cohen, the Bravo bigwig, wearing his heart on his sleeve, slams Sandoval for unsheathing the low blow. Ariana Madix, Sandoval's ex, has been candid about her body issues in the past, so when Sandoval mockingly blurted out that the last time they were intimate, Ariana wore a t-shirt, the room went cold. So in a recent interview, Bravo boss Andy Cohen didn't hold back in slamming Tom Sandoval for his tasteless comments. Oh boy, did Sandoval step into a minefield with this one. Andy Cohen, never one to shy away from the truth, expressed his outrage over Sandoval's hurtful comment. On his show, Watch What Happens Live, Cohen mentioned how this remark had the potential to upset women to their core. What's more, Andy got real, letting the cat out of the bag that he too wears a t-shirt sometimes. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, t-shirts have entered the chat. Talk about solidarity. But hold the phone, the plot thickens like a rich gravy. Sandoval, who should have been walking on eggshells, got a taste of his own medicine. His castmates rained down on him, branding him sick and disgusting. Madix, who'd been blindsided and heartbroken after nearly a decade with Sandoval, decided to throw caution to the wind. And let's not forget that this comment was made after Ariana discovered Sandoval had cheated on her with co-star Raquel Leviss. Ouch, that's downright low. Madix took lemons and made lemonade. She released new merchandise on her shop, Something About Her, featuring a graphic shirt with a cartoon version of herself. Surrounded by the words, wait for it, it says, F me in this shirt. Talk about turning the tables. The t-shirt features a cartoon version of her indulging in a grilled cheese sandwich, which is sold in her shop for $34.99. It's the clapback that keeps on giving. In a recent Glamour cover story interview, Ariana shared her reasons for capitalizing on the split and Sandoval's insensitive comment. She revealed that she wants to create generational wealth for her family, something they currently don't have. Ariana aims to secure a financially stable future where she can take care of her loved ones without worry. Talk about a smart and savvy move. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's clear that Raquel Leviss isn't the only one exposing the truth here. The fallout from Sandoval's tasteless comment continues, and Ariana is turning it into an opportunity for empowerment and financial security. We can't wait to see what comes next in this riveting saga. But get ready, Vanderpump Rules fans, because we've got an unexpected twist in the ongoing drama. Strolling through Los Angeles International Airport with the grace of a gazelle, Ariana Madix, once the tempest of Vanderpump Rules, seems to have found a moment of calm in the eye of the storm. With her ensemble of black athleisure wear complemented by blue and gray Air Jordans, she was approached by a paparazzo who must have had his detective hat on that day. His question was pointed and as sharp as a sushi chef's knife. Does Raquel Leviss seem hurt by her own actions to you? Now, a brief recap for context. Raquel Leviss was wrapped up in a scandal with Tom Sandoval, Ariana's significant other of 9 years, had Ariana breathing fire in the last season. The verbal missiles Ariana launched at Raquel could have put fireworks to shame. Here's where things get interesting. Instead of turning up the heat, Ariana flips the script and turns the thermostat down. With a faint nod, she utters, "Sure, yeah," acknowledging that maybe, just maybe, she feels a flicker of empathy for Raquel. To everyone's surprise, Ariana's demeanor softened as she responded with a slight nod. The paparazzo was taken aback by this unexpected change in Ariana's attitude. After all the drama and tension between the two, it seemed like they were at the point of no return, but maybe there is a glimmer of empathy shining through. Ariana, who is typically more animated than a cartoon character, was measured and composed. She wasn't rattling off like a machine gun, but the calm in her demeanor was a stark contrast to the dramatic outbursts we've seen in Vanderpump Rules. This, my friends, is the equivalent of a chef who's known for the spiciest dishes suddenly revealing a mild, comforting soup. Ariana, still sporting her signature sunglasses, gracefully checked a vibrant pink suitcase and made her way up the escalator towards security. Though not overly talkative, she engaged politely with the photographer's questions. It was a brief moment, but enough to catch a glimpse of a different side to Ariana. When asked about her well-being following the explosive episode that aired the night before, Ariana simply stated that she was doing good. It was an episode filled with intense emotions, where she unleashed some biting words towards Raquel. Who could forget the unforgettable line, "F herself with a cheese grater"? Yet, Ariana admitted that it was a lot to handle. Well, the story isn't over yet. When asked about Raquel's last-minute bombshell revelation that she and Sandoval had engaged in numerous secret rendezvous in their shared home, Ariana Madix didn't hold back. With a wry smile, she admitted that her feelings about the situation were far from great. Can you blame her? Discovering that your partner was cheating with a close friend is enough to make anyone's blood boil. As the Something About Her co-owner, Ariana was also probed about whether she would be demanding a raise to film with Raquel and/or Sandoval in the future. With a playful shrug, she made it clear that the decision was out of her hands. Negotiating contracts and determining who stays and who goes is not her jurisdiction. But oh, the suspense of not knowing what the future holds. However, there was one topic Ariana had no qualms about: her and Sandoval's Valley Village mansion, worth a whopping $2 million. With a mischievous twinkle in her eye, Ariana confided that she would absolutely love to sell that thing. Maybe a fresh start in a new home will help her leave all the drama behind. Let's rewind a bit and remind ourselves how this chaotic storyline unfolded. Back in early March, Ariana stumbled upon a sexually explicit video of Raquel, which confirmed Sandoval's infidelity. It was a moment of heartbreak and betrayal that shattered their long-term relationship. Bravo cameras wasted no time capturing the aftermath of this explosive revelation. As the final episode and three-part reunion were taped, emotions ran high. Ariana didn't mince words when she told Sandoval to die, leaving viewers on the edge of their seats.
I want to overlook this and I still want you to come on this trip and
Appreciate being called a and being slut-shamed for making out with somebody.
Are you ready for the tea of the century? Grab your popcorn and settle in because we've got the scoop on the latest scandal to rock the Vanderpump Rules universe. That's right, we're talking about none other than Raquel Leviss and her decision to check herself into a mental health treatment facility. But that's not even the juiciest part. We have all the sizzling details, so grab a bucket of popcorn and let's start the drama. So what exactly is going on behind the scenes? Who else is involved in this wild drama? And most importantly, will Raquel come out of the facility a changed woman? Wow, can you believe the drama that's been going on with Tom Sandoval and Raquel Leviss? It's like watching a soap opera, but even juicier. Just when we thought things couldn't get any crazier, cheers to Raquel for proving us wrong. Oh honey, Raquel Leviss just can't stay out of the drama, can she? First, there was this whole affair with Tom Sandoval, and now she's checking herself into a mental health facility. But hey, at least she's finally making a smart decision. And let's be honest, after dealing with the fallout of her affair with Tom, who can blame her? Let's be real here, recent events have been taking a toll on everyone's mental health. Between the cheating scandal and all the gossip surrounding it, it's no wonder she's feeling the pressure. But kudos to her for taking control of the situation and seeking help. We can only hope that this mental health facility is up to the task of handling Raquel's drama. Because let's face it, this girl is not one to shy away from a good scandal. But on a serious note, mental health is nothing to joke about, and we truly wish her all the luck in the world. However, Raquel's representative made it clear that this was a decision made prior to the discovery of the affair. According to her representative, Raquel and her family had already decided months before the affair was exposed that she needed mental health treatment. She ultimately decided to enter a voluntary facility to receive counseling, but not for rehab. Rather, it's for mental health and trauma therapy. In fact, she had planned to admit herself before the Vanderpump Rules reunion was taped on March 23rd. However, she decided to finish her filming commitment before checking in. But the plot thickens. An insider exclusively tells us that Raquel has actually been in the facility for quite some time and did not recently enter. It's a long-haul program, the source explains. That's some serious dedication to self-care, and we applaud her for it. We're just wondering how it's too bad the mental health facility doesn't have a cheaters rehab program. Just thinking out loud. It might be beneficial for Tom. Maybe. Of course, this news has caused quite a stir among fans of the show. Some are speculating that Raquel's decision to enter the facility was directly related to the drama surrounding her affair with Tom, and now she wants some sympathy. But her rep assures us that this is not the case. Bravo and production were aware of her plans and are supportive of her journey towards better mental health. Speaking of Tom, what's he up to at Coachella? It's like he's trying to live his best life while Raquel is going through a tough time. We hope he's not just trying to distract himself from the situation, but knowing Tom, he's probably getting into all sorts of mischief. Now, let's talk about Tom's Coachella outfit. Can we just say he's looking like a snack? His black button-up shirt with T. Sandy inscribed on the left side is a custom outfit we can get behind. But while Tom is sipping on margaritas and dancing to his heart's content, Raquel is getting the mental health help she needs. Honestly, we're not sure what's more outrageous, Tom's festival outfit or the drama he's causing back home. Remember that time he dressed up in drag for a Vanderpump Rules party? Or the time he broke a glass during a fight with Jax at SUR? It seems like Tom can't stay out of trouble no matter how hard he tries. Well, it turns out that Raquel's decision to seek treatment for her mental health came just 1 month after her affair with Tom was exposed. Scandoval, as it's now known by Vanderpump Rules fans, caused a media frenzy and ultimately led to Tom's split with longtime girlfriend Ariana Madix. Can you imagine the drama that must have gone down behind the scenes? We're talking tears, yelling, and maybe even some throwing of objects. And let's not forget about the aftermath. The Vanderpump Rules co-stars rallied around Ariana to support her during the breakup. But things got even more heated during the Season 10 reunion special, which was filmed just last month. Coming back to the tea, the scandal caused quite an uproar among the Vanderpump Rules cast. But it wasn't just Ariana Madix who was affected by it. Raquel also faced the wrath of her castmates, with Lala Kent and James Kennedy going all out on her at the Season 10 reunion special. According to an insider, they lit them on fire and burned them alive with their shade. Ouch. According to insiders, Lala Kent and James Kennedy went crazy on Raquel and Tom at the reunion. It's no surprise that tensions were high. After all, emotions were running high following the cheating scandal. But let's not forget about Ariana Madix. The Paradise City actress was so heartbroken when she learned of her ex's infidelity. It's never easy to go through a breakup, let alone one that's played out in the public eye. But we have to give Ariana credit for staying strong and keeping her head held high. It's no wonder Raquel needed some time to herself to focus on her mental health. And Tom, well, he's off to Coachella living his best life. Typical, right? But before he left, he gave a bombshell interview with Howie Mandel. In it, he spilled the tea on his relationship with Raquel and where they stand now. According to Tom, they're really good friends and they're not putting any labels on it. Sounds like there might be more to this story than meets the eye. Prior to Tom Sandoval's bombshell interview with Howie Mandel, his business partner and bestie Tom Schwartz made headlines with his own jaw-dropping revelation. During an appearance on Watch What Happens Live with Andy Cohen earlier this month, Schwartz spilled all the tea on Sandoval's affair with Raquel. According to Schwartz, Sandoval fell in love with Raquel and began an emotional affair with her, even hooking up with her back in August of 22. Well, it looks like Schwartz has once again accidentally revealed way more than he intended to. Maybe he should stick to bartending instead of loose-lipped interviews. But wait, it gets even more complicated. Schwartz explained that from his point of view, the affair became more than just physical. He called it an emotional affair, which is still just as inappropriate. And if that wasn't enough, Sandoval apparently dropped the bombshell on Schwartz in January that he was head over heels in love with Raquel. Cue the dramatic music. It's again like a soap opera come to life, folks. But wait, there's more. Schwartz was quick to clarify that he didn't think the affair was a linear progression, whatever that means. Either way, it's clear that Sandoval's feelings for Raquel went way beyond a mere physical attraction. It's no wonder the fallout from their tryst has rocked the Vanderpump Rules universe to its very core. Well, the news of the affair between Sandoval and Leviss sent shockwaves through the Vanderpump Rules universe. Fans and fellow cast members alike were stunned to learn that Sandoval, who had been in a committed relationship with Ariana Madix for 9 years, had been unfaithful. The revelation came as a blow to Madix, who had always been vocal about her commitment to Sandoval in their relationship. But the fallout was just beginning. As details of the affair emerged, it became clear that it was not just a physical attraction that drew Sandoval and Leviss together. There was a deep emotional connection that had been brewing between them for some time. Well, according to Tom. This realization was particularly painful for Madix, who had always thought that she and Sandoval were on the same page emotionally. In the midst of the chaos, Leviss released a statement apologizing for her role in the affair and acknowledging her own struggles with codependency and addiction to being loved. She revealed that she'd been seeing a counselor and was working to break her unhealthy behavioral patterns. It was a candid and vulnerable admission, and it seemed to suggest that Leviss was taking her mental health seriously. Since then, Leviss has been largely absent from the public eye. She made an appearance at the reunion taping for the show, but beyond that, she's been keeping a low profile. If we exclude her drama with Scheana Shay and her allegedly night over at Tom and Madix's co-home, and Tom dropping her off to the airport to God knows which flight. Well, Raquel seems to never care for anyone except for we know who. It's clear that she's prioritizing her mental health and focusing on her own well-being, which is a wise decision in the wake of such a tumultuous period. Alright, it's the wisest decision of all the wisest decisions she's ever taken, if any. Sandoval, meanwhile, has given a tell-all interview in which he acknowledged the affair and the emotional connection he shared with Leviss. He revealed that they had put their sexual relationship on pause, which suggests that there is still something between them. But it remains to be seen what the future holds for Sandoval, Leviss, and the rest of the Vanderpump Rules cast. In the meantime, fans of the show are left to speculate and wonder about what comes next. Will Leviss return to the show? Will she and Sandoval work things out? Or will this be the end of their relationship for good? Only time will tell, but one thing is certain. The drama surrounding Raquel Leviss and her mental health journey is far from over.